Prostate cancer is the second leading cause of cancer-related death in Arkansas men. For more information or to find a screening, go to arprostatecancer.org. Since tonight is our only non-homecoming October home game, we will also recognize Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Beyond the pink ribbons, special product fundraisers, and the pastel sea of colors that marks October Breast Cancer Awareness Month, we offer a reason to celebrate and to reflect. There are over 3.1 million breast cancer survivors in the United States, including women still being treated and those who have completed treatment. Breast cancer is the most common cancer in American women after skin cancers. Survival rates continue to climb due to better treatments and increased screening that finds cancers when they are most treatable. With women more knowledgeable about warning signs, the importance of self-examinations, treatment options, and second opinions, they are better prepared than ever before to confront a breast cancer diagnosis. Sometimes an estimated 1 in 8, something an estimated 1 in 8 women will do in her lifetime. But breast cancer is the second leading cause of cancer death in women, second only to lung cancer. So in the spirit of heightened awareness, the Junction City School District would like to recognize the breast cancer survivors and fighters here tonight. At this time, if you, a family member or close friend, has conquered breast cancer or are currently fighting breast cancer, please stand. We applaud you for your fight. Thank you.
From atop the Emerson Brewer press box at Paul H. Muse Field at David Carpenter Stadium, it is game night in the border town. Good evening and welcome to the Dragon Sports Network's coverage of Junction City football, and welcome to our Union Kennel and Farm Supply pregame show. I'm Wayne Pumphrey, and joining me up here, the coach himself, Coach Gary Meeks. And Coach, you said it a while ago, the weather's right.
Yes, sir, it is. It's starting to feel like football weather now.
Yes, sir. And I tell you what, though, the action on the field may be hot and heavy. Hampton coming into this game 2-1. More importantly, 1-0 in conference. But don't let the 2-1 record, really deceive you, because the one is a forfeit loss due to a no contest with Drew Central. The two games they have played, they have won them. And last week, defeating a Parker's Chapel team that a lot of people thought was going to be pretty salty, Gary, in 8AA. So what can we expect out of this Hampton team that's coming in here tonight?
Expect to see Hampton a little bit of that Haynes offense come out of the double slot fullback and just try to pound you up the middle, try to catch you off guard, then hit you with a sweep to the outside. Once that does do that right there, then they try to spread you out, try to get the one-on-one matchups that they like and try to hit you over the top with a pass. So, it's they bring that offense in. Like I said, we've seen against Haynesville, then we've seen against our first game against Grove, with the spread situation. So, look for a little bit of ground and pound tonight from the Bulldogs.
Well, that's what we definitely can expect out of Junction City. The Dragons are going to try to keep it on the ground. And talking with Coach Jones, a couple of changes. Nothing really major, but still, it's going to be some things we're going to see that's a little bit different than what we've been seeing. The Bulldogs come into this game, I think they're ranked in the top 5 in the state. And Junction City, of course, still showing a high ranking due to the fact we play some pretty salty teams.
Yes.
And all our opponents so far, minus Strong, no knock on them, but, Strong rebuilding. Of course, with this kind of matchup, it's going to get some recognition. It is the 42 Sports Game of the Week. 42 Sports is here tonight. We visited with Brent Dorrell a little while ago, and he is excited to be here. This is the kind of game you want to see.
Yes, sir.
Well, Gary, I don't know about you, but I'm very anxious to see some of the Junction City players tonight, in particular on the offensive side, what kind of performance we can expect out of them. And when we get back, we're going to get into that. Right now, we're going to step away for 1 minute. You are watching the Dragon Sports Network's coverage of Junction City football. We are about 5 minutes away from kickoff. You can hear the PA doing the starting lineups. Neither team has taken the field yet. The big bulldog head is blowed up and ready, and we hadn't seen the Dragons start out of the den yet. Gary, you also mentioned this is Hooten's game of the week also. The Hooten's, I think, has, what did you say, ranked third?
Yes, sir.
Ranked third and one, Hampton fifth. And then in the 42 sports poll, I believe it's kind of about the same thing. About the same thing. Both teams, of course, familiar with each other. This is the 40th meeting between the Canines of Calhoun County and the Dragons. Junction City leads the series 29-10. In fact, they've won the last 13.
Yeah.
Last time Hampton beat Junction was on this field your sophomore year, Kevin Payne's senior year. And a memorable game. It went down to the wire. 13-12 was the final. So we can take all that information I just give you, we can toss it over the fence right here, because this is not the Hampton team you used to see.
No, sir.
And like you said, Gary, they're going to try to ground and pound, but you got to watch them. They can throw the ball. Junction City, what do you need to see out of the Dragons tonight, Gary?
Like I hit on last week, finishing drives. Get down in the red zone. You got to put points on the board. I'll guarantee you Hampton's going to load the box up, put 9, 10 in the box and try to make them throw it. So hopefully, we can spread them out, get them out that 9 or 10 in the box and make them throw the ball. And like I said, it's all going to have to start up front offensively. With 9 in the box, it's going to be a bunch of guys up there. The offensive line going to have to communicate with each other, and see who block who and get the offense going.
And one of the things Coach Jones talked about, because we mentioned to him, Coach, people are starting to run 9 and 10 into that box, daring us. And he said, yep. And he said, what we're going to do to try to offset that is put a lot of people in motion. And you're looking at seeing Dante Gibson, Jakaran Cook, Shavashier Cook, all of these guys, Carroll, put them in motion. You're going to see a lot of motion out of us. And the thinking is, hey, with them in motion, you got to respect these guys. If you see Dante Gibson going in motion, you don't pick him up. You're asking to give up a touchdown. He's hoping by doing that they can spread the field, force some matchups that's favorable to him. He says we can throw the ball. We just can't throw as good as we want to, but we're going to do what we need to do in the passing game. I said, okay, Coach, be a little more specific. He said, well, we're looking at maybe a lot of short passes,
Yes, sir.
Maybe a couple slants to Cavante Haynes, who has 10 receptions going in this year, 223 yards, 2 touchdowns. We'll be talking about him some more here in a little while. Right now, Hampton has come on the field. They're getting ready to go through the tunnel. The Dragons are coming up the hill. And I tell you what, if you can't get fired up, Gary, watching that, there's something wrong with you.
Yes, sir. And when we talked about that spreading them out, that's going to be a key thing. What we talked about last week, we ain't got to hit the deep pass every time. The short routes. The short routes will get a quarterback, get his confidence together. Then you can try it over top.
That's right.
But the quarterback get them short, intermediate routes, it can be 4 or 5 yards. Long as it's good, you're picking up good yards, getting your quarterback confidence, and he can get on the road.
And with some of the weapons we got that we just mentioned, it don't take but 1 or 2 good passes there, and then you got a defense going, okay, we got to respect Haynes coming across on the slant, or DJ Hill, who had a real good reception against Strong early in the game. At the Strong game, a lot of people looked at the score and go, wow, man, they beat, 57-0. Well, understand Strong's rebuilding again.
Yes.
They're struggling. But Junction needed that game, I thought, Gary, more than anything, for focus.
Yes, sir.
Let's get back to who we are. Let's get back to what we do. All facets of the game clicked for us last week, so main thing is hopefully carrying that focus and momentum into tonight.
Yes, sir, and I'm going to hit on it again. Defensively, we've seen a change in the defense last week,
Yes.
So hopefully they, looked at film, got everything situated, and get that defensive line. Well, I'm gonna stick on the defensive line. Get that defensive line putting pressure on Hamptons all night. And because once you cause problem with this offense right here up front, you cause a lot of confusion. It makes it a whole lot easier for your defense, makes it a whole lot easier for your linebackers to read and make the play.
That's right. The captains are on the field for Junction City. 42, Anthony Anderson. 24, DJ Hill. And number 20, Javashier Cook. Hampton's numbers, I was trying to get them covered up on me here. They got 3 young men out there. I believe it was 75. That is Desmond Brown. And let's see. We'll wait till they kind of get through here, and we'll give you the other 2 young men. We are now less than a minute and a half away from kickoff. Coaches on the sideline. Team's getting ready to take the field. And we are waiting now for officials to get through. The PA is talking about Robert Truck Loggins.
Yes.
He was the number 1. He will always be the number 1 Dragon fan. Randy Cole, his nephew, here today. Randy played from 81 to 83 here at Junction City. Outstanding player. Went on to play at UCLA and a brief tryout in the NFL. An outstanding individual. You want to look at somebody that goes and makes something out of their life. Randy Cole's that guy. He is supposed to lead the team out tonight. He'll be waving a towel over his head. Make sure we get that when they come through the paper and all. Very inspiring. I listened to his speech today to the team, Gary, and I ain't gonna kid you. I wanted to put on pads and it'd been embarrassing to see, but I was ready to run through a wall myself.
Yes, sir. Your other captains for Hampton was number 2 and number 7.
Okay, number 2 and number 7. Let's get them young men real quick.
Brian Welch was number 2.
Who's 7? Let's see if you can.
DJ Stevens.
You're right. Oh, man, somebody did their homework. They're ready. All right, we're waiting on the teams now to come on out. The 40th renewal of the Bulldogs and the Dragons here from the border town.
You know, this is, like you said, this is a big conference game. You know, whoever wins this game take a big step of that, towards that conference championship.
You're right. Well, it's like I mentioned in a pregame we did earlier. Whoever wins this gets the keys to the Cadillac. Yeah. They get to drive it. Hampton's took the field, and here come the Dragons.
There he is.
And there's Mr. Cole with them, waving that towel and encouraging them on. And I tell you what, we have a visit set up with him. He's going to try to make it up here at halftime, and I hope he does. And, folks, I tell you what, anybody that can't get, as a young man that's playing football, can't get fired up for this game, there's a problem. But after hearing Randy Cole talk they can't get fired up, we need to get them help.
Yes,
I'll just be honest with you. Okay, we're going to – I tell you what, we're going to stay put for right now. We're just step away for a minute. Let's just stay here because we're fixing to get this going. And Junction City will be receiving the kickoff. And the Bulldogs from Hampton set to kick it. Hampton, remember, we went ahead in open conference. They defeated Parker's Chapel convincingly.
One thing about Hampton, I'm going to hit on, I don't know how good they are, but they beat a Star City, a 4A team.
Yes.
A couple weeks ago.
They beat Star City. And I'm trying to see Hampton also beat Parker's Chapel. So, yeah, the 2-1. And like I said, the 1 was a forfeit. Yes, they did not get to play the game. So don't take that 1 and toss it out. It don't matter anyway. And that was, if I'm correct, Gary, that was Smackover.
Yes, sir. That was going to be against Smackover. All
right, the Dragons. Deep for Junction City, Cavante Haynes. And you get the other one there, Gary. He's
Cavante Haynes and Jakyron Cook.
Cook is back there. We are set to go. Junction City's 8AA conference season is underway. Kind of a short kick. It's going to be taken, I believe that is going to be Hutchison. He will be hit immediately and dropped at about the 34-yard line. Junction City will start with some decent field position, 1st and 10.
Yes, I don't think I want my quarterback want to try to run it right there.
No.
Wait that old fair catch sign.
And I got a feeling that's what Coach Jones is going to tell him. Next time, young man, I want a fair catch.
For Hampton's defense, look, number 33 up front is on the defensive line. I watched that kid the last couple of years for Hampton. He caused a lot of trouble up front at nose guard.
There he is right there. You see him in the picture. That is Trey Murphy. All right, Junction City, they went back to huddling a little bit more, kind of slowing the game down. Coach Jones wanted to do that. And Hutchinson will start in the shotgun, 1st and 10. The give is to Gibson. Gibson makes a cut, gets up to about the line of scrimmage, and that is all it's going to be. Hampton responding immediately. at least 4 or 5 Bulldogs on the tackle.
Yeah, they're going to be real aggressive.
Yep.
You know, they're going to remind you of a rising team that's going to fly to the ball and attack the ball real quick.
They do. And, I mean, there was no hesitation there. It's like they knew that play immediately. No gain on the play, so it's 2nd and 10. We're just underway from the Muse. Hutchinson looking over the defense. Drops back, looking. He's pressured. He throws. Bad decision, and he's going to pay for it immediately. The last thing you want to do is throw a ball across the field.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. I hate to say it, Gary. I saw that coming. When he threw it, no. So the first turnover of the game, and the Bulldogs open up at the 30, excellent field position. Browning Welch, who is also the quarterback, on the interception. They're going to put the ball on the 31, and right off the bat, the Dragon defense is asked to step up.
Yes, we've got to get another big game out of Kidwell up front.
Kyle Kidwell, number 50. And the guy to definitely keep an eye on. We'll be talking about him as the game progresses. Hampton in tight. Now they split to the Dragon side of the field. Man in motion. Little option, quarterback keeper. The guy we just mentioned, I believe on the tackle.
47.
No, that's going to be T.J. Barnett on the tackle. Kidwell also getting over there, but Barnett the main one that got it. It's going to be a pickup up 3. And Hampton, like you said, Gary, keeping it in tight, little ground and pound. They run basically the old wishbone on the first play.
Yes, sir. And like I said, looking for, do all that motion, try to get your linebackers to make a wrong read and explode on it.
And the Bulldogs do have some guys that can move.
Yeah, that's one on right there, number 7.
Little speed sweep and got a flag down, and 7 on his way toward the end zone. Another flag down. And DJ Stevens on the carry. Let's see what we got here.
The last flag is going to be a face mask.
And the key one's going to be that first one, laying at the 29-yard line.
It's going to be in that area right there. That's usually a holding.
That's what I'm hoping for.
And number 7 shows you the speed he has right there.
Stevens was moving. I mean, it was basically a little tunnel sweep, I hate to say screen. They didn't throw the ball. They handed it off. But, I mean, the second he got it, he's around and gone.
Chop block, okay.
Okay. So the Dragons catch a break.
Yeah.
Offsetting penalties. We're going to do it over. So second, let's call it 6 from the Junction City 27-yard line. Hampton benefiting from a Dragon turnover, trying to take advantage of it. Murphy in motion again.
That's what you got to do right there.
This time the Dragons are all over it, and down he goes.
Samaje Leviston right there came off the ball. That's what you got to do to slow that offense down right there. Penetrate up front and make them go backwards and help the rest of the defense to come commit to them.
Right, and I mean they immediately, when they saw what was happening, got over there. It's going to result in a loss of, what do you say, Coach, about 7 on that play?
Yes, sir, about 7.
Third, and let's call it 13 from the 33-yard line. So Junction City trying to keep the Bulldogs from getting in the end zone here or getting any points on this first possession.
Watchful sweep to the wide side of the field.
Yeah, they're going to swing a man in motion again straight ahead. And he'll get to a good gainer for the Bulldogs. That is number 14. He goes to the 24-yard line. That is Bryce Nutt.
They got that kid listed at 163.
Nah.
That's the smallest 163, biggest 163 I ever seen right there.
He's a couple biscuits over 163, I
yes,
promise
sir.
you that.
Yes, sir. Big fourth down right here.
Huge, huge. There's no doubt the Bulldogs are going. Junction City needs a big play here. And, Gary, like you said, they've been running little sweeps and stuff. Watch for a pass.
Oh, we got a false start.
False start. There should have been a flag. Now we got a clip.
Oh, yeah.
Another one, but it ain't going to matter anyway. Junction City was all over it. Number 11, Gilbert in there first. joined by a couple more teammates, but Gilbert making the initial hit. And I'm pretty sure the flag is on Hampton. Yes,
Yeah,
we're going to
holding,
decline
yeah.
it.
Good credit to number 11 right there coming up and making the running back stop in his track. He tried to cut back inside, and the rest of the defense was right there waiting on him.
And that's like you said, that's how you got to play it. You got to make the read, you got to get in there, and you got to shut it down. So Junction City survives the turnover, comes away from it with the ball on the 25-yard line. Now you want to see this offense kind of get going, make a few things happen.
Yes, sir. Got Dante Gibson at quarterback right now.
And Coach Jones had told us you're going to see different formations, different sets, a lot of people in motion. Gibson's going to keep. Gibson, they are back there immediately,
There's
Gary.
that kid, number 33 right there. He was back there as soon as Dante got the ball.
And we mentioned him a while ago, 33, Trey Murphy, all over it.
Yeah.
It's going to be a loss of 2. So 2nd and 12, and Hampton is coming right after Junction City. They are not hesitating. 8:25 to go, opening quarter, no score from Paul H. Muse Field at David Carpenter Stadium.
It's kind of different looking at them huddle up. After the first couple of games of the season, they went no huddle.
Hutchison, quick snap, gives. This is going to be, I believe, Carroll,
face mask.
And another flag comes in. Carroll gets back the lost yards. He may have got a couple more.
We're going to tack on 15 more after that.
And it should be 15 more after this. Yep. And that'll help the Dragons there, kind of get them out of their own end here.
I tell you, like I said, Hampton's ain't defensive. They just putting their ears back and coming forward. I don't even think they're making reads. They're just coming forward and trying to find the ball.
That's what I was going to ask you, because you watch how fast they're coming to the ball. I was going to ask, Coach, I don't believe they're even making a read. They're just reacting.
They're just reacting to the ball, just finding the ball.
And now we got another one, and I was watching. There was some jawing going on with the referee with Hampton. And let's see what's fixing to happen here, because the referee's calling the Hampton coaching staff over.
Yeah.
Junction City is coming over to Coach Jones, and now a whole Hampton team.
It's number 33.
Is on the field. Timeout Hampton. And, Coach, you got to talk about it. Let's do it after the break. 30-second break here. You're watching Junction City football on the Dragon Sports Network. We are back at the Muse, about set to play, resume play, I should say. The ball is now on the Hampton 44-yard line following the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty, and Hampton took a timeout. We are set to go now. Hutchison looking over the defense. Cook in motion to give to Cook. Cook trying to sweep it to the outside. There's nowhere to go. There's got to be some blocking taking place here soon.
Yes, I don't know. Carroll just looked at the guy. I don't know what he was thinking at the time, but gotta put a hand on him some way.
You got to get in there and do something. Yeah. And what we were going to talk about before we took the break, Hampton, the Drew Central game was no contest due to a fight breaking out. And you have to wonder how, under control this Hampton team is. Now, 2nd and 15, Hutchison a throw. Cook's got it. There's nowhere to go.
Yes, Stephen, he loves that screen pass right there, but when you're playing man-to-man, as Hampton doing that, you can't throw that screen pass, because if you're playing man-to-man, he don't have time to take that step and come back and get the ball. He's all in his face. So, like I said, they're aggressive. They're being aggressive right now.
The only way you beat that aggressiveness, wouldn't you agree, you're going to have to put something deep.
Yeah, you're going to have to put something deep.
And now it is 3rd and about 18, actually, maybe about 18. The ball now sits on the 48 of Junction City. Dragons in tight. Quick give to Cook. Cook will plow ahead. He'll get back most of the lost yardage, not all of it, as he carries to about the 45 of Hampton. Now it is 4th down. What do you do, Coach? Do you play field position or do you go for it?
I'll play field position. You want to pin them deep as you can. And like I said, they got 1 or 2 runners that can break it in a minute now and take it, the distance. I'd rather take it the distance, driving the field, than giving a short field.
Yeah, I agree. Gibson is out to punt. As Coach Jones agrees with you, Coach Meeks, he's got the punt team out there on 4th down. 5:56 clock running, first quarter, no score. Good snap, plenty of time, puts his foot into it. Nice kick. Junction's got the coverage down there, but they didn't get the bounce they wanted. And it's still not going to be a bad punt, but not as good as it should have been.
Yeah. I think the old redecorating the field messed that up.
Yep. Let's step away for a little bit. We'll be back in 30. You're watching Junction City football on the Dragon Sports Network. Ten for Hampton. Their first play from scrimmage is a give to the up back, and nothing happening. Junction City is there along Livingston, Carroll, Ware, Samaje all over it.
Yeah.
And Gary doing what you said they got to do. They're making the read. They're coming in fast, and they're hitting them. That will be a gain of 0. Actually, they're going to say a lost yard. So 2nd and 11. And hopefully the decision, play field position, works out good.
Yeah, watch for him a pass right here. I got a feeling it's either a sweep or a pass. You got to know the personnel's in the backfield with number 7.
Yep. Got a man in motion. It's going to be straight off tackle, and that is 44 again.
Yeah,
a pickup of about.
Illegal shift. I thought so. I thought they looked like they took off a little early right there.
Let's see, 44 is. Well, he is not on the roster. Imagine that.
I think that was number 14. Number 14, the ball carrier.
14 is Bryce Nutt. And I said 44. I seen a 44, but you're right, it's 14. But the penalty is going to take away what he gained.
Yes, sir. Like I said, when I looked, it looked like they took off a little fast right there, and that's what happened. Got a legal shift. When the guy came in motion, he didn't give him time to set. I think you got to pause for a minute.
Yeah, you got to make a moment. How they say it. It tickled me the way they said it. Momentary pause. Because I was asked about that one time. I go, okay, a momentary pause. He didn't do that, Coach, and he got called for it.
And the Dragon decided to decline it.
And you can't blame him. It's 3rd and 7, so you're hoping here to shut it down. In Hampton, you feel like more than likely would punt. And I think that pass you've been talking about, get ready, and we may see it right here. Dragons have been susceptible to the slant. Hampton throws a little old short outlet pass, nothing happening. Actually, be a loss on the play.
Yes.
4th down. I was mentioning, Coach, the slant has been a problem for us this year, and I just wondered, Hampton's bound, of course, looked at the film. They may try something like that, and they got the speedsters to go to distance, like you mentioned. But that time they went to the outlet. It didn't work. 4th down. The Dragons drop Haynes and Cook back.
For a minute there, Ailton looked like he wanted to go for it.
Yeah, I mean, he kind of hey, well, are they going to go for it?
Yeah.
This is going to get interesting, but they do bring the punt unit out.
If he wouldn't have went for a Dragon, we had to call a timeout because they had the punt team out there.
The return men are standing at about the 40-yard line for Junction City, the Dragon 40. Good snap. And a little short punt. As the bounce is going to go to Cook. Cook's got a little running room. Cook's got the corner. Cook's got more. He's at the 35, the 30, the 20. He breaks a tackle to 15, the 10, the 5. No flags are down. Touchdown, Junction City. Jakiron Cook goes the distance, and Coach, it started setting up at about midfield.
Yes, yes.
And when he got behind the wall, it was basically over with, minus having to make one move at about the 20.
I'm going to tell you what happened right there. Hampton seen the ball drop and just kind of just, okay, they finna get out the way, and Jacobin picked it up, and when I say he had a wall, like you just mentioned, he had a wall.
He had a wall and didn't waste time getting to it, and that was the main thing. 3:14 remaining first quarter. Junction City on the board, thanks to Mr. Cook. And now the Dragons attempting the two-point conversion. Hutchinson has a full backfield. The give. Dante Gibson.
He's in there.
He's in. And our new score, 3:14 remaining. Junction City 8, Hampton 0. We'll step away for 1 minute. You're watching Junction City football on the Dragon Sports Network.
Yeah, that joker had a wall.
.314 remaining first quarter. Junction City 8, Hampton 0. Coach Meeks, we talked about it in the earlier games, things Junction City needs to work on, and we had a laundry list a mile long, and one of them was, just in big letters, special teams. And just then the special teams delivered. And like you said, that wall was there and Cook took it in. Smith will cross kick it, and it'll go out of bounds. Good decision there by the Bulldogs. So good field position to start out for Hampton. The coach of special teams starting to look better, and it started last week at strong. So you know the coaches kept telling the guys, hey, we're going to have to tweak a few things, but you can do better than what you're doing, and we're starting to see it now. Bulldogs.
Take it on the 35.
Yeah, they're going to take it on the 35 and waiting on the rest. Here they come.
They look for them to run that sweep, that motion sweep. I figured that's what they've been trying to do, you know, on them short yardage situations. But I feel like it's coming on this drive sooner or later. And so that's when the ends come in play.
You know, the penalty, of course, wiped out on the last time they tried it. Well, the second to last time they tried it. But you got to think they're going to come back to it. They believe they can make it work. And they're kind of similar here, but they're going to feed. No, it's a keeper by the quarterback who's got running room. And going to break it down the sideline. The last man there is Haynes, and he will knock him out at the 30.
Yeah.
A great man.
He rolled that fullback.
He rolled it.
And pulled it out when everybody committed on him.
That was Welch. An excellent job running it. And the gain will be about 35, 36 yards. Let's call it a 36-yard gain. He takes it inside the 30 to the 29, and just like that, and you talked about it, Coach, they got the speeders. They can flip the field in a heartbeat, and they did it just then. And once again, the Dragon defense asking them to step in and shut it down. Welch surveying the defense. Got a man in motion again.
There's the sweep.
There it is.
Oh,
and now it's
ball.
fumbled. The ball is on the ground. And now they're going to say he was down. Because when I was watching, look for the ball come back out.
Yeah.
But I believe he had possession when he was on the ground. He fumbled it. He did not. He was not down.
Yes, sir. And that's the sweep I was looking for right there.
Yes, sir.
And they're not going to go away from it.
So that will bring up second, and let's call it about 19 for for the Bulldogs. That'll back them up to about the 36, 7-yard line. So Junction City, Bulldogs make a big play. The Dragons come back. Coach, the Hampton's going to keep staying. Look like with those sweeps, they think they can get outside and make something happen. Welch.
Watch for the fullback dive right here.
Looking over the defense. Man in motion. Here goes the sweep again. They're going to the opposite side. He breaks tackles. That's number 7 down the sideline, and they are going to stay. There's no doubt, Coach, they are going to stay with that 7 is.
They trying to, well, on that sweep right there, they trying to get to the outside. That's when your ends come in. He either got to force it back inside or make the play right there.
That is strong on the sweep, and I mean he was rolling. Goes inside the 20 to about the 17, 18-yard line of Junction City. Good enough, of course, for a first down. 1:28 remaining first quarter. Dragons lead 8-zip. Bulldogs threatening in this 40th renewal of the Bulldogs and Dragons. From the Muse, Welch, man in motion. Welch feeds the fullback, and then something, I'm not sure what, if there wasn't a little misunderstanding. There's a flag, but it looked like Welch at first was going to feed the fullback. Then it's like he wanted to pull out and keep it. And then he ends up trying to block, and in the sequence of all that, a flag gets thrown. So let's see what we got now.
Face mask. Face mask.
And that is going to hurt the Dragons. Had a good play right there. And the Bulldogs will gain.
Be first and 5.
I'm going to say that's the incidental.
Yeah, 5 yards.
5 yards, ain't it? So Hampton now working with a 1st and 5 as Welch comes to the line. Flags before they can get the play going.
All sides on the defense.
And will give the Bulldogs a first down. So 2 penalties. Hampton didn't have to do anything. And they got a 1st and goal situation. Let's put it down on about the 7-8 yard line. 1st and goal for Hampton. So Junction City defense. Keep this lead. They got to shut them down. Don't know much on Hampton's kicking game, but I don't imagine the Bulldogs are worried about that.
Yeah, I don't know from back there, but I watched him warming up. He's kicking pretty good. Well, anybody can make one. Ain't nobody coming at you, though.
That's true. I was say, yeah, when there's no pressure, it's no problem. Welch, under center, man in motion is 7. There's the toss.
That was
He's
nice.
in. That's well read, well run.
Yes.
Excellent job by Welch. Give Hampton credit, folks. They ran that to perfection.
Yes.
And we now have an 8-6 score. 33 seconds remaining in the first quarter.
That's when you got to make your reads right. You got to have a guy designated for the pitch man, which is the quarterback, and you got to have a guy designated for the running back right there, because that's what the quarterback did right there. He read, everybody committed to him. He pitched it, and there wasn't nobody on the outside right there.
And like you said, Coach, they're going to stay with that. It's working for them.
Yes.
And I'm going to say 3 or 4 times ran it. The extra point is blocked. And so with 33 seconds remaining, our score remains 8-6. We're going to step away for 30 seconds. You're watching Junction City football on the Dragon Sports Network. .33 seconds remaining in the first quarter here. Junction City 8, Hampton 6. The Bulldogs about to kick it off. They just scored on a 7-yard sweep, or you want to call it the option play. Ran to perfection by Welch. And let me see if I can get that. It was number 7 that took it in, right?
Yes,
Gary?
sir.
Stevens, yes. So now the Bulldogs will kick off, and hopefully the Junction City offense can get rolling. The 8 points we got is a result of a Jakaran Cook, I believe, about 62-yard punt return. They're going to cross kick it.
Catch.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Coach Jones had a meeting with Mr. Hutchinson and said, I prefer you fair catch it. I don't want to see you returning it. So, Junction City with good field position. Hampton respecting the Dragons' return power.
Yes.
And from the 33-yard line, that's where the Dragons will go to work. And we need to see this offense get rolling because there's been some issues just getting going. And one of the problems they're running into, Hampton's doing like a lot of other opponents. They'll start out kind of a base defense and then bring them in. Hutchinson will give straight ahead to, I believe that is going to be Gibson. Gibson picks up about
6. I say 6.
Yeah, about 6 yards. Well, I'll tell you what, let's call it
5.
5. Yeah. A good gain, though, for first down. And Gary, like you said, we talk about we got to get those people out of the box. Yes. Right now, Hampton's running basically just their base defense. But we've seen them jump into where they'd have as many as 8, 9 people go into the box. The first quarter coming to an end at the Muse, and it ends. Junction City on top, 8-6. We'll be back in a minute. You're watching Dragon Football on the Dragon Sports Network. One quarter in the books here at Paul H. Muse Field at David Carpenter Stadium. The home team Dragons up 8-6 as we prepare to start the second quarter in this key 8AA battle. Hampton just getting on the board thanks to a Stevens run of 7 yards. And there's no doubt, Coach Meeks, Hampton is going to stick with that option. It's working good. Those sweeps to the outside, the whole combination thereof. We need to see if this Dragon offense can find something they can kind of hang their helmet on and get going.
Shit, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Look at
7,
that.
8.
Yep. Here we go. They start easing them in again. Hutchinson, man in motion is Cook. The give, fake the Cook, give to Gibson. He fumbles the ball, gets
on
it.
On top of it.
At about the 30.
If he did run into his lineman right there, he makes that cut back across, and I think he's picking up good yards right now.
Yep. It looked like he just didn't realize he had a little hole there. He didn't see it and run into his own man. It's a good gainer, about 5, 2nd and 5, or excuse me, 3rd and 5 from the 37-yard line, just underway in the second quarter. Dragons lead by 2, 8-6. And
Trey Murphy's.
Man, they are just.
Yeah. Trey Murphy, number 33, he's causing a whole lot of problems up front.
There's just nothing they can do with him, and I guarantee you, Coach Meeks, 5 tackles already for that guy.
He's quick. His first step is real quick.
So now comes a key punt here. Early in the second quarter, you want to get a good punt and kind of keep the field position your way if you can. Junction City. Hampton does not have anybody back. They're not buying it, I guess. And if you're going to get a punt, there it is. There we go. Down inside the 15. It will go. And, Coach, I'm going to say 48 yards. Counting the roll and all. That's what you needed. He flipped the field, and that'll put the Dragons back. That'll put the Bulldogs back at their own 15. So, special teams once again taking care of business. And that is what you want to see. So now you turn to the defense to take care of business. And while we're doing that, let's remind you of all the fine sponsors of the Dragon Sports Network. You'll see them scrolling across the screen during the game. That's why we're able to do what we do, thanks to them. The title sponsor, DSN, El Dorado Chemical. Big shout out to them. 1st and 10, Bulldogs from their own 15. Welch has got a man in motion. He gives a cutback and nothing happening. That's what you want to see. The first man there, Kyle Kidwell. Maybe a gain of 1. Kidwell getting over there immediately and taking care of business.
Watch for that option to the wide side.
It's coming.
Yes,
it's coming.
You got 33 at fullback right now. He's a strong runner himself.
If we don't see it this play, I guarantee you the next.
Yeah.
And the
There's
fullback straight ahead. Murphy running over people, just no pun intended, bulldogging his way to the 38-yard line. And that is a first down for Hampton, and they're out of the shadow of their own end zone. And Gary, what contributed to that besides the power running of Murphy? Junction City had to respect the fact that Hampton was showing they were going to come to the outside again.
Yes, sir.
9:58 remaining in this 42 Sports Game of the Week, along with Hootens. They also picked it as the Game of the Week in Class AA. Welch. Got number 10 in motion now. He comes back, resets. Now goes, let's give again, straight ahead, but this time Junction City is ready, no gain.
Older Cook.
Javashier Cook meets him head on, no gain. 2nd and 10. It's pretty evident, Coach, the key to all this is going to come down. Hampton's going to make some plays. It's a matter of shutting them down and not letting them plays hurt us.
Yes, sir.
Enforcing them back in. Well, the same thing we talked about with in the early stages of the strong game. Force them into, 3rd and long situations. Right now it is 2nd and 10. Man in motion. Now they do a little counter, and that is going to be Stevens. He goes to the 45, about the 46 before Kyron Cook brings him down, along with a little help from Cavante Haynes. And it is going to be 3rd and a very doable 3 yards for the Bulldogs. 8:35 remaining, 2nd quarter. Junction City leading 8-6.
Came back with a little counter to the weak side, and he was one arm tackle right there from breaking it.
And got to respect that Hampton speed, and they're going to try a little bit of misdirection there to keep Junction off. It worked there for a good gainer. Straight ahead, this is a quarterback, and not sure. Well, actually,
he picked up the first.
I believe he got, I was going to say, I was waiting to see where the spot was at, but I thought he was well past it, and he was. He's up to about the 49. It is a Hampton first down. So a quarterback keeper gives the Bulldogs a first down at their own 49. This drive started at their own 15-yard line. The title sponsor of Junction City football for the DSN, Union Kennel and Farm Supply. 1st and 10, the give straight ahead, Stevens.
Picked up about 4 yards right there.
Yeah, a good solid 4.
And looking for them, they'll take these short yards right here. 2nd and 5, 1st and 10, you go from 1st and 10 to 2nd and 4, 2nd and 6. You pick up 3 yards, you go from 2nd and 6 to 3rd and 3. They're the type of team that'll eat up the clock, try to keep the ball out of the Dragons' offense.
Also, Coach, it wears down your defense. And keep in mind, Junction City's got 8 guys going both ways. So, of course, in AA ball, you're going to have something like that.
Oh, yeah.
And, when you're out there having to play defense and all that and deal with what you're dealing with, it's hard to get going on offense. Here, oh, man, they had him in the backfield, the quarterback Welch, and he is sprinting out to the outside. He's got a block. Cook trying to get over there. Cook is there to pull him down at about the 8-yard line of Junction City. Welch had him in the backfield. He got loose, and about a 35, 36-yard gain inside Dragon territory, inside the Dragon 10 down to about the 7-yard line. First and goal for Hampton. 6:54 remaining till the half.
It's the ends. That's what they're attacking at the ends.
And they are reaping the benefits. Containment is essential, especially when you're dealing with a team that can run the ball like they run it, or those sweeps that they like to run.
I tell you what, you pop that quarterback a couple of good times.
Here's a give. They're going to swing it to the outside. At the 5 to go. The ball is fumbled. Now this is fixing to be huge.
He fumbled it.
It is Junction City's football.
He fumbled it.
Wow, Coach, when the ball came out, I'm like, has he broke the plane? That's the first thing I was looking for. I did not see any signal. The ball goes into the end zone. Now they're just, okay, hold on. They're discussing it.
It's still.
No, okay, it is definitely Junction City football.
It's going to be a touchback starting.
Yeah, it's going to be a touchback. Ooh, that is close.
Yeah.
That is. Now flags are all over the field. Let's step away while they sort this out for 30 seconds. You're watching Junction City football on the Dragon Sports Network.
With 6:26 left in the second quarter, had a lot of confusion going on. A Hampton ball player foamed the ball in the end zone and Dragon covered it, got a touchback, and then added on 15 for unsportsmanlike conduct on the Bulldogs.
So that will put the ball on the 35-yard line, 1st and 10. And we were looking at a replay here, and hard to say. From the 35, Junction City dodging a bullet. Trying to get something going on offense. Hutchinson gets the snap. Gives. This is going to be Gibson. Hard running. Takes Gibson over the 40 to about the 43-yard line. And, Coach, I'm going to go ahead and say it. Things are getting frisky on the field now. You can tell it's starting to get a little bit of extra push. You can see a helmet moving up and down, which indicates that they're not discussing the Kavanaugh confirmation hearing. I can promise you that. 2nd and 2 from the 43. 5:57 remaining. Hutchinson got twins to the top. Man in motion is Cook. Cook swings around. Hutchinson rolls back, looking. He's going to put it up. He's going deep. It's intercepted, and that is going to be another turnover that hurts the Dragons. But I'm not going to really lay the blame on Hutchinson here.
The receiver got to try.
He's got to go after that ball.
Yeah,
Hutchinson did. He put the ball up there. You got to keep going. He didn't follow the route out. And then when he realized it wasn't going to happen his way, you got to play defender.
Yeah, he looked at the ball.
you got to become old Mike Haynes of the Oakland Raiders from back in the day. And it didn't happen. So Junction City with a little momentum and another turnover kills it. The ball sits on the 24-yard line of Hampton. And, folks, this one is it's fixing to be back and forth. Bulldogs got receivers split each side of the field, 1st and 10. Man in motion. They're going to give. There's a toss. Good job and a great job by the Dragons reading it. Because I tell you what, they had me fooled for a second. I thought the fullback had it. He wrote it good again. And let's say that we hadn't said this about Welch. Great job pitching the ball. Excellent job pitching the ball.
I tell you, this is my experience of playing them type quarterbacks like that. The only way you slow them down is you bring the pass to them. You know, some of the times you get hit pretty hard, you can get rid of that thing quick, and you ain't going to care who get the ball.
And that split second can make a big difference,
That's all the Dragon got to do is bring the pad to him, and I guarantee you he'll cough it over faster than what he want to.
2nd and 8. Straight ahead, a pickup of a couple as the clock goes under 5 minutes. Gary, you said that. You remember the quarterback for Rising? I think it was 03.
Terry.
Terry.
Yeah.
Man, that's one guy I have not forget. He could ride that ball when he had to.
Yes.
Man, that sucker was hard to deal with. He quarterbacked Mo 4, if I remember right
Yes,
correctly.
sir. Same.
Took
Yes,
them to
sir.
state, and I believe they won. Beat us in the semis here.
Beat us in the semis 10-7. It
Yes,
was a
sir.
close game.
Good close game.
Them were the battles back in the day.
Rising.
Rising. You think about it, we had some battles with Hampton.
Hampton was salty then, kind of like what they are now, and we got that should be flags, but I don't see any. It's going to be another kind of run into the middle and then a pickup of a couple. It's going to bring up third down. Let's call it about 5. I thought I saw Lyman moving a little too soon.
It'll be fourth down.
Is it third? No, you're right. It is fourth down. He got a couple. It's going to be fourth, and let's call it a short 3. 3:55 remain. Let's see what Hampton is going to do.
They're not punting it.
I can't see them doing it. I believe they're going to roll the die. They feel like the momentum's their way.
Did he call? He didn't call a timeout.
He didn't call a timeout. I see a timeout signal, and that's what I'm looking for.
He's going for it. You don't call a team over there to huddle up.
Yeah. The clock is running now. This is what's interesting. Hampton has 2 timeouts remaining. The clock's under 10 seconds.
Maybe he's going to take the delay, but I doubt it. I can't see.
Yeah, maybe that's what he's going to do. But why would you give up? There we go. Now we're getting it. Timeout, Hampton. We're going to step away for 30 seconds. You're watching Junction City football on the Dragon Sports Network. So it is 4th and 3, 3:18 remaining in the second quarter here at Paul H. Muse Field. Hampton just called a timeout, and the debate is, are the Bulldogs going to roll the dice here on 4th and 3 from their own 31?
I think they are.
The reason I think they may do it, Coach, is because Junction's offense, for the most part, has not got going. Their only points coming on a Jakaran Cook 62-yard punt return. And that's been it as far as offensive sparks, you want to call it that. Now, they're in punt formation, so maybe they are going to get rid of here 4th and 3. Let's see. There's a snap, and they are going to punt it away after all that and get out of the way. I do not understand why you got to stand up there close to the ball like it's a challenge thing. But fortunately, nothing happens. Junction City's going to get relatively good field position, very good field position, in fact. 42-yard line, 50 yards away from the end zone. They can get something going. They got all 3 timeouts, and they lead by 2. The Dragons, offensively, I doubt they got 100 yards, would you say, Gary?
Oh, no.
I don't even think they're anywhere near it.
I don't even think they hit 50 yards, to be honest.
May not. Now, there was a flag. Did you see a flag? I did not see a flag, but it's going to be a 10-yard penalty. Now it backs them up to their own 32. So the Dragons will start to work from there. 3:11 remaining. And the Hampton coach, Wes Abels, he's been giving the refs an earful this whole game. Here's a give, 1st and 10, straight ahead. It is going to be Gibson, a pickup of about, I'd say close to 5 yards. Let's see where they spot it.
About 3 or 4, about 4 yards.
But Abels has been on the coach pretty much like you was talking about earlier, Coach, the whole game.
Yes.
So 2nd down, and let's see what they really try to crank it up and get something going. It has been a struggle for Coach Jones and his offense. Defense, for the most part, doing its job. And special teams has contributed. Here's a give to Cook. Cook breaks a tackle, goes to the 40, gets to about the 41, And Junction City could live on this for a little bit here. Try to get a little something going at least. If nothing else, get the clock run out. Go into the locker room up 2.
Yeah.
Right now, you don't want to gamble nothing.
See, I think this one that no huddle fast offense come in effect right here.
They put the ball on the 40. Here's the give. Straight ahead, trying to get the first down. Gonna be close. Don't
be first.
Should be. Let's see what they. I've learned one thing about these officials. I don't take nothing for granted. I've seen some for that's got to be a first down, and it turns out not to be. But this case, it is a first down.
Is that first down of the night? Yeah.
I believe so.
Yeah. Yeah.
With 1:56 remaining, I believe we do have our first down of the night. From the 44-yard line, 1st and 10, Hutchison in the gun. The give to Dante Gibson, and this time they meet him at the line of scrimmage.
I see what Hampton's doing. I just watched back-to-back plays. If we look at it, Mr. Pumphrey, they got a linebacker where they lining the safety up right behind the linebacker. So they get him free room right there. A blocker can't get on because they can't see him. Just watch how he lines up. See, he's right there in the middle of the field.
Yep, I see what you're
he's
talking about
He's right behind
now.
that guy.
So that's what's causing us the problems. Yeah. And right there, it paid off big for him because Gibson, for a second, he thought he had something. Here's the snap to give. Again, they are just.
Yeah, they didn't do pinning their ears back and coming forward. That's all they're doing.
And as we mentioned earlier, they're not making any reads. And real quick, let's go to the Union Kennel and Farm Supply scoreboard. Smagover at the end of the first quarter up 35-0. And I'm going to go out on a limb and say Smagover's going to take care of business there. Buckaroos looking good, no doubt about it. 3rd and 12. And, Coach, we got to come up with an answer somehow or another what they're doing. And now a little reverse, but there's not much there. Cook is going to make what he makes on his own. And he goes near midfield, let's say the 49-yard line.
Got a timeout.
And we do have a timeout on the field. Let's step away for 30 seconds.
I punt it right here.
Junction City football on the Dragon Sports Network.
And that's what.
.30 seconds remaining in the second quarter here at the Muse. Junction City 8, Hampton 6. And, Coach, we got a good one in the crock pot here.
Yes.
It's working on up pretty good. Back and forth, couple of turnovers killing opportunities, some good defense. Offense so-so, and a little bit of electricity on the special teams. But all in all, a good old-fashioned 8AA barn burner.
Would you go for it right here?
Ooh, boy.
30 seconds left.
But if you're going to gamble, gamble here. I mean, hopefully it don't hurt you if you don't make it. But, you know, let's see. Hutchinson in the shotgun. One back in the backfield. He's got splits to either side. Now Haynes is in motion. And it may be they're trying to play a little daredevil here with the Hampton. Try to get a penalty with the Hampton defense. Now two in motion. Hampton, there's a lot of confusion, but the Bulldogs shuffle good. 6 seconds on the 25-second clock. And I think this is what it was, just let's try to see if we can catch them. Junction did a good job. Timeout. We're going to step away again for 30 seconds. Our score, 8-6. Dragons on top. 30 seconds left in the second quarter, and the Dragons facing a 4th and 5, tried to pull the Bulldogs off sides. Didn't work. And, Coach, we had to give a little compliments out that Bulldog coach staff. That was a great job of their team staying focused, staying disciplined on that play. Had to do a lot of shuffling around to meet what the Dragons were doing. A chess match, and I like seeing it. I like to see some good coaching like that. But Junction City didn't work, and now it looks like for sure they're going to punt it away. The last time was a 48-yarder. Let's see if we can get another one here. Hampton doesn't really have anybody back deep. They don't believe the Dragons are going to punt it. The clock is running down. And another timeout. Junction was trying to draw them off sides. It didn't work. We're going to step away again, folks, and we'll be back in 30
A part of me
on
telling
the
me,
Dragon Sports Network. Again, we face a 4th and 5. Coach, we tried to draw them off twice. It ain't worked. Do we try it a third time or just go ahead and punt it away?
I think just go ahead and punt it away.
I agree. Let's just go ahead and give it away here. 30 seconds remaining till the half. And again, like I said, the Bulldogs not really looking for a return. Now they hurry a man back.
Oh,
that's
a good punt.
Welch, and that is an excellent punt. The special
Wow.
teams
You
down
let that-
there, and Cook, Jakaran Cook with a twirling. I will give him a 9.5. I know the East German judge won't give him that high. But it's a very good job of downing it right about at the 10-yard line. So special team, let's brag on them.
Yeah.
We've been criticizing them a little bit. Hey, these guys got to get their act together on special team. They are performing tonight, and they pinned the Bulldogs back at their own 10. And I would say that Coach Abels and the Hampton offense will just take a knee and go in the locker room, but
You never know.
you never know here. The way this has been going.
Yeah. Look for some type of reverses. Reverses or reverse pass.
Or your favorite play you talked about.
That option.
That option. 21 seconds remaining till the half. Join us for the sound of the Border Town. They'll be here shortly. Junction City Marching Band. It's going to be a quarterback keeper just straight ahead, nothing more. And
Yeah.
that should about do it for the first half. I don't believe Hampton's going to call a timeout or anything. I don't think, let's see, 3-2, yeah, that's it. We have reached the end of the first half. It has been a battle here at Paul H. Muse Field at David Carpenter Stadium. Our score, Junction City 8, Hampton 6. We will be back in a minute with the sound of the Border Town. It is halftime here at Paul H. Muse Field, and you are looking at the Junction City Dragon Marching Band, otherwise known as the Sound of the Border Town. And we're waiting on that band director to see if the band is ready. I'm going to go ahead and say they are. We're going to check out the band, then we're going to come back, and hopefully we'll have a halftime guest. I wasn't sure if we will or not, but we're hoping that Mr. Randy Cole will join us. He was going to try to. If he don't, we will Still have plenty to talk about because this first half has been an interesting one. Right now, though, I'm going to step away for a little bit and let you enjoy the Junction City Dragon High School marching band.
Now for your halftime entertainment, please welcome the sound of the border town, the Junction City High School Band, under the direction of Katie Nugent and field direction of drum major Hannah Martindale and band captain Elena Gary. With their show, Dragones en Fuego, featuring Malagueña, arranged by Michael Sweeney, La Bamba, arranged by Paul Jennings, and Evil Ways, arranged by Mike Story. Drum major, is your band ready? The field is yours.
All right, that was the sound of the Border Town, the Junction City Dragon Marching Band. Halftime here at the Muse, Dragons up 8-6, and joining me up here on top of the Emerson Brewer press box, a former Dragon legend. He is a 2016 Wall of Honor inductee, a member of the UCLA Bruins. Get that right, and I apologize if I got it wrong there, Mr. Cole, but Mr. Randy Cole joining us. And first things first, Randy, it is great having you here. I know you came back for a special reason, and tell us about it.
Yes, sir. First of all, I'm very honored to be here, and I'm glad you asked me up. But yes, we were at my uncle's truck, the Dragons' #1 fan that died shortly ago, and we were all talking at his funeral with some of the old body men that he played football with on the Davies Body Shop softball team, and we all decided to get together and meet up one game, and we decided to meet up for this game and do a little bit of remembrance in his name and just celebrate the body men softball team as well.
I tell you what, it was good. I got to come by there for just a second and see y'all, and it was great seeing them guys there. I remember many a New Hope tournament I threw and the body men being involved in it. You got to come out on the field with the team, waving the towel, just like Truck used to do. Talk about that.
Oh, yeah, that was a very emotional feeling. It was, as my Uncle Truck, he got the crowd hype, he got the guys into the game, and he was a fixture on that field. So he was all about motivation. He was a great sportsman. He was not only good in football, but, he was good in just about in every sport that is. And he taught us how to play, and we did well on the field and on the courts and everything else that he taught us how to do. But, yeah, he was a great sportsman, and everybody, as you know, loved him for his demeanor, his character, and just being an overall great person.
I tell you what, Randy, one of the biggest memories I have of Truck, I had the privilege of playing a little bit of softball with him. He played with our old South Caledonia Outlaw team some, and it was a blast being around him. But one of my favorite memories is basketball. He had that blanket. Mm-hmm. And I don't care what arena we walked into or if it was at home, he was going to take that blanket. I mean, he treated it like it was the sacred Dragon blanket. And then he put it on the court, and he would make the crowd – if we were on the road, the home crowd was going just bananas. If it was here, the Dragon fans were eating it up, and the opponents was they didn't like it. But you had to love it, man. He had them fired up. And I had people asking me, did y'all have that blanket made? I never had the heart to tell him he bought it at Walmart. People thought we had that blanket. It was made up special and everything. But you know what? I was glad to see you do it. And I want to say this. I told some folks this already. If y'all could not get fired up for football, you needed to come and hear his speech today. I got in on the tail end of it, him talking to the team. And what little bit I got to hear had me hyped. And that wasn't nothing I could do, of course, but I thought it was great that you come back and talk to the team. Tell us what you're doing now, what you're into about your coaching.
Yeah, there's a gentleman I've known for like 3 or 4 years, and he's been trying to get me to do some high school football coaching, some volunteer coaching with some homeschool kids. So I decided to do that this year, and these are kids who never touched the football field. So it's been a challenge teaching them techniques and proper tackling and all that good stuff. But they're doing well, and actually we have a game tonight in Alabama, and we won 2 in a row. Hopefully we'll make it 3 in a row tonight. So they're coming along well. We play 8-man football and 11-man football. So this is our actually first year with the program. And our first year, we had 20 kids to come out. So next year, we'll probably have about 30, 35 kids, and we're looking at maybe going to 11-man football. So, and we got a bunch of ex-NFL coaches on the staff, so we got a pretty good staff. And so the kids, they see what they have and see what they can be. They're excited, and they know how to eat as well. So I put that in their mind, and we teach them on the field. Hopefully they'll carry into life and make them better people in society.
That is great to hear. Let me ask you this. You come back here. Now, of course, you played on what we call the old field. That's one you and I and our generation remember. What is some of your favorite memories playing on that field? And, of course, this year you had a teammate go in to the Wall of Honor, Tommy Bryant. What was it like playing with Tommy and him and playing on the old field over there?
I'll tell you what, Tommy was a great, great athlete. He could run that football. He could play football. He could play basketball, play baseball as well. He was just a 3-star athlete, and he was a great teammate and just a great guy. He and his brother, Bodie, they were just great, great teammates. And I remember them, staying right beside the old gym. And we had good times seeing him run that ball. And people don't realize how good he was as a running back. He could carry the payload for us. And the biggest memory I have on the field is like a junior high game.
Okay.
And we were playing Hampton, of all people. and we beat them 3-0 on a field goal. And I was snapping the ball, and the time was running out, about 10 seconds left in the game. I could hear Coach Sweet yell, "Snap the ball." And everything was going in slow motion. I snapped the ball, and it seemed like the ball was turning in slow motion. Back to the kicker, Gerald Carter kicked it. He kicked a 43-yard field goal in junior high school.
Wow.
43-yard. And the ball went in slow motion, and it went over my head in slow motion. All of a sudden, it went fast, and it went through the upright, and we won the game, and that's one of the best memories I ever had.
Oh, man.
And then Hampton beat us in high school by 1 point for the district. I'm like, oh.
Could have used that field goal back.
Oh, yeah. So,
well, it was great to see you back here. Anything else you got going on to tell us? I know besides the coaching, what else you got going on now? Have you officially retired all the way?
yes, I am officially retired. My wife, she does some volunteer coaching at Morehouse Track, so I man the boys when she's on the road. And my boys, they're 15 and 13, so we got them off in the track. And my oldest, this is his first year running track, so he did rather well, making the varsity football team for track team for a ninth grader. So he's doing well. And right now I'm just concentrating on football, helping these kids to get better, and building a championship program with this high school program. So it's big across Georgia.
Oh.
Well, actually, it's big across the country. 'Cause it's like I saw on the website the other day, it's like over 1,000 teams.
Wow.
Yep.
Well, that is great to hear, and it's great to see kids getting involved and having something to do.
Mm-hmm.
And, Randy, we thank you for joining us up here at halftime. Anytime you're back in town, come see us. And, of course, you know, we wanted to hopefully soon sit down and do a little interviewing with you on some of the memories you was talking about.
Okay.
2016 Wall of Honor inductee, Mr. Randy Cole. We're going to step away for 1 minute, and when we come back, the second half here at Paul H. Muse Field, Junction City leads 8-6. You're watching Junction City football on the Dragon Sports Network. Well, you just enjoyed our Union Kennel and Farm Supply halftime show. Got to hear the sound of the border town and Mr. Randy Cole, having him here. But it is just it's just awesome having him there. I tell you what, Gary, he got to see that guy play some, and if you got to see him play in high school, you know why he ended up in the Dragon Football Wall of Honor. But one thing I should tell you folks, after he got through at UCLA, he had an opportunity in the NFL, gave it all he had. And you wonder what he means to Junction City football, just go in our locker room and look at the picture. That's all it tells. Because you got the greats up there, and Mr. Cole's picture is up there. And right now, Coach, we need some great play out of our offense, wouldn't you say?
Yes, sir.
We have got to get something going. Junction City leads 8-6. And I would give you some halftime stats, but let's just say this. Junction City offense has, I don't know what to say, really. They got to get it going. Hampton's going to get the ball to start the second half. Jack Smith getting ready to kick it off. But right now we got to get that offense going when they get on the field. And but first things first, defense has got to keep taking control of that line of scrimmage and shutting down this Hampton offense. Smith puts his foot into it. It's going to be a cross kick, a high kick, and out of bounds. And Dragons are content to let Hampton start from the 35-yard line.
Was I close on offense or yards?
22 yards.
Oh, way off.
22 yards. I thought we had a little more than that, man. It's been
tough
rough.
sledding.
It ain't been no picnic out there, I'll tell you that. And it's not a Junction City offense is performing bad. Let's give credit where credit's due. Hampton's defense, Coach, you touched on it. When they get back on the field, we'll see if they're going to still be. I'm sure they're going to still be doing the same thing. Talk about hiding that safety. But right now, the Dragon defense, we need to see something out of them here as Hampton goes to work. First and 10, 35. Second half underway. Dragons up 2. Here's a feed to the fullback. That is Murphy. The pile is going to stop short of the 40. We'll say about a 4-yard gain. And, Gary, like you said, that's Hampton satisfied with that. 3, 4-yard gains like that.
That's number 14, the ball carrier right there.
Okay. I believe that is Stevens, ain't it?
No, sir.
Or who is that? I gave up on this roster. It is so little.
I had, man.
But, nonetheless, they could feed in that fullback. Got to watch out for the sweeps because they're coming soon. And there goes a man in motion. They're going to ride the fullback again. A keeper by Welch. He is going to be shut down this time. Should be a loss of about 1. The Dragons read it well. But give Welch credit. Like we was talking about with Rise's quarterback Terry back in 04. He rides that fullback, rides that ball to the last second.
You know, that's the thing what Kenneth Dixon did at Strong, too. He rolled that fullback till you committed and pulled it. He let the fullback take a pounding.
Yes, sir, he would. And then Kenneth didn't mind giving a pounding out while he was at it.
It's a big third down.
Huge third down, 3rd and 5. Again, they feed the fullback. They pull it back.
Welch
is going to keep it. He's short.
Yeah.
And Gary, like we said, he rides that fullback as long as he can.
Yeah, we got a flag on the play. You can't have 2 guys going in motion. And that's what happened with Hampton right there. It's called a legal procedure.
Yep, and that's going to back them up. We're glad. Definitely need to take this one.
Yeah.
And the Dragons will as they make a couple substitutions.
Then we're going to decline it.
And that's what they're saying. Interesting. Now they got to bring
the ball
the
back.
one referee's looking at the other one going, wait a minute, what's going on here? And the other one's pointing at it. They got to bring it back here. And he does. So 4th down and 5. And now what's – okay, what do we got going on here? I'm not sure. The ball was marked at the 40. And now he's saying the forward progress went to the 42, right over the 42.
You got your punt. You still got your punt team.
They're going.
Yeah.
Hampton changed their mind. Junction declined. Now Junction's calling a timeout. Coach Jones is wanting to.
Well, what happened was the Dragons had the punt team out there. What's going on where they spotted the ball.
So. Right, but I mean what I'm saying is it's the spot. That's what he's talking about. We're going to step away for 30 seconds. You're watching Junction City football on the Dragon Sports Network. Okay, we are back, and I think things are getting a little cleared up. Junction declined the penalty, thinking the ball would still be on the 40-yard line. The official has marked it at about the 42. Hampton went from possibly, look, they're sending a punt team out there going for it. A huge 4th and 2 from their own 42. 10:35 remaining third quarter.
Watch for them try to draw them outside.
That's what I'm thinking they're going to do. This is a pretty big gamble here.
Yeah.
And now we got a timeout. Hampton, while that happened, we're going to step away for 30 seconds. We'll be right back, folks. Dragon football on the Dragon Sports Network. Okay, 4th and 3. 10:35 remaining third quarter. The ball right over the 42, almost touching the Hampton 43. The Bulldogs gave every indication they were going for it, and then they decided to, I think, do what Junction did right before the half. See if we can draw them off and get us a cheap first down. But now they are back. And with the way things are, I wouldn't guarantee you that is a true intention to punt by the Bulldogs. Let's see what happens. They're in punt formation. But with a short 3, they may try something here. And instead, they're going to punt it away.
Peter.
They need to get away from it, and they do this time. The ball's what's going to help Hampton is a great bounce at the end. Coach, I'm like you. I want to holler, get away from it and everything. I can't stand that run up there and let me see how cool I can be with a live football here.
Hey, the defense gave you what you need. You got your 3 and out.
Yes, sir.
Right there. So, like I said, we got to get our offense in rhythm. I won't mind if you go back to the no-huddle, quick snap the ball, catch them because they're not prepared for it right now. Hampton got a couple of big guys on that defensive line, and you go quick like that, you'll wear them down.
Well, you're at the point. I know it's still early third quarter, still early the second half. But you're going to get to the point where if this continues, you're going to have to throw something at them they don't expect, and that may be the ticket right there. 1st and 10, Dragons in the shotgun. This is going to be, I believe, Gibson on a keeper straight ahead. And now Hampton's indicating fumble. I did not.
I say he was down.
They're saying he's down. The Bulldogs were indicating a fumble. I did not see it.
I didn't see it.
And the Hampton coaches, they are irate. I did not see it. And it's going to be a short gain of about 2. Second, let's call it 8 as the clock hits the 10-minute mark here in the third quarter. But like I was saying, Coach, we're going to have to throw something at them they're not expecting the way this is going. I mean, Junction City leads by 2, but you can't just pack it in and say, hey, we're going to hold on this 2-point lead and try to ride it out. Carroll in motion. The ball is fumbled. This is not good. And I believe the Bulldogs have recovered it, waiting for the official to indicate it. Hampton does have the ball, and that's going to hurt. 9:38 remaining third quarter. The Bulldogs catch a huge break. The ball mishandled by Gibson. And the Bulldogs are operating inside the red zone at about the, I'm going to say 19-yard line, 18-yard line, something. Let's see, 19, 1st and 10. And that is definitely what we didn't need to see happen.
No, sir.
So once again, you turn to the defense and say, keep them out of it. Coach, you said you was watching them with a kicking game just in case. It looked very good. Of course, wasn't nobody coming at them, but looked like he got enough foot that if they can't get the touchdown, they're in a long situation, they might try a field goal. Field goal would give them the lead. Man in motion.
Counter.
The counter, and a good hard run by the Hampton back up to the 11, inside maybe the 11-yard line. A gain of about 7 there, 7 yards. They put the ball down at about the, they're going to say right on the 12-yard line. So call it a gain of about 7, 2nd and 3. And for the Bulldogs, you get a play like that on first down, it opens up the playbook for them here a little bit. This is going to be straight ahead. Hampton, nothing fancy, just pushing and using that big offensive line. They got a little bit of size there.
Yeah.
And I believe if he don't have the first down, he's right on it. Let's see where they mark it. They're going to say first down. Kidwell makes the tackle, but it is a Hampton first down. 1st and goal, Bulldogs 7-yard line, 8:54. Dragon turnover gives them a big opportunity here. Junction City leading 8-6. Welch looking over the defense. Here's a give straight ahead to the fullback. It's going to be a minimal gain. Junction City defensive line responding very strongly there. Barnett also charging in from his linebacker position to help make the play, along with Kidwell and really a host of Dragons in there. I think Livingston even got in there, Coach, on that one.
Yeah, Livingston he stood the guy up and made the guy run into the back of him, the other guy.
And that is going to result only in a gain of 1. So 2nd and goal The ball sits outside the 6-yard line. Second and goal. Clock approaching the 8-minute mark here in the third quarter. Junction City trying to protect a 2-point lead. Here's a sweep and untouched into the end zone. Touchdown, Hampton. And when I say untouched.
Yeah, untouched.
Untouched.
They went back to that little speed sweep, and every time he touched the ball on that play, it's going for big yards. And right there, they ran it and got it for the touchdown.
That was Stevens, DJ Stevens on the sweep. He has been very successful with it for the most part tonight. In fact, he had a touchdown that was called back earlier in the game in the first quarter. Now the Bulldogs lead by 4, 12-8. And the 2-point conversion, I believe, safe to say they're going to do that because kicking right here doesn't really, it gives them a 5-point lead. You're better off trying the 2. They are going to go for 2. Huge 2-point conversion.
Same play again.
Same play. This time, nothing happening. They forced them back inside, Coach. No good. We're going to step away for a minute. A new score, Hampton 12, Junction City 8. We'll be back on the Dragon Sports Network. All right, we are back. Set to kick off. Here's the cross kick it, and please get out of bound ball. Our return man slipped. I wasn't sure that ball was going to make it out of bounds. So the Junction City did, and Junction City will start from the 35-yard line, 1st and 10. 7:59 remaining in the third quarter. Hampton with the lead now, 12-8. And, Coach, that 2-point conversion attempt that stopped could play huge here as we get into the later stages of this battle. And, folks, it has been a battle. We had a little bit of a chess match here and everything else. Everything you could want in the ball game except a lot of offense from the Dragons.
Yeah.
And they need to get something going right now. From the 35, Hutchison in the gun. One back in the backfield. He's got splits each side. The give is to Dante Gibson. Gibson powers ahead. And that's what you want to see on first down as he gets to about the 40. He's close to the 44-yard line. And, yes, he is going to be marked at about the 40.
That's what we need right here.
Yep, you need something good going to get you a second and short. Just feed the man again. Let's get that first down and keep it going. Hampton hitting them hard, but they're going to say he was down. The ball come out. They're going to say he was down, as you saw there on the play. It is a first down for Junction City at the 46-yard line. And that's what you want, Coach. Nothing fancy. Let's just run the ball, get something going, get some kind of rhythm like you talked about earlier established.
See, right now they need to be going while Hampton's still situating.
And a new quarterback. No, that's still Hutchinson. I thought it was a new one. A great run by Cook as he powers over midfield to the 49, about the 48-yard line. And I thought for a second, the way Hutchinson lined up, I was like, glanced, I'm like, we swapped quarterbacks, but it was him. He kind of a little different stance. But the play worked great. A pickup, let's call it 2nd and 5 from the Hampton 49. And Junction City is starting to run it. They're starting to move it a little bit faster, like you said. They're not giving Hampton time to set up, it looks like, as substitutes on the offensive line. Livingston and Kidwell coming in. They're giving some guys some breaks. And they're going to mark the ball down, let's see, at about the 42. So it's going to be 3rd and 3. They marked it back. I thought he got up a little bit further than that, but they said his knee was down at the 43. So 3rd and 3. Here's the fake. The give is going to be to Carroll. Carroll off
First
tackle.
down.
First down. Great run by Carroll.
Oh, that's clearly a first down.
Yeah.
Come on, guy.
You got to be kidding me. He went over. My goodness. Well, we'll stay with it right here. Let's see. This is a big. Coach, I thought he had it. He went over the 45. He got hit at about the 44 and falls forward. Now, falling forward, his knees ain't touched the ground. He's going forward. That's where I'm from, called forward progress. But now they have backed the ball up a little as chain gang comes out. That's got to be a first down. My goodness. Yeah, let's see. They're getting everything done here.
Yeah, that's first down.
And that's a first down. My goodness.
Come on.
Oh, my goodness. Now he's saying it's a pinch of snuff short of a first down, and that's a small pinch, too. I tell you what, Granny wouldn't be happy with that. So it is now fourth down. I mean, you know what? Let it go. It's fourth down. It is what it is. Fourth and extremely short. And the Dragons, no doubt, will go for it. And Hampton it's going to be interesting right here. It's fixing to be a good battle on the lines here. Fourth down. The Dragons dig in. The Bulldogs dig in. Quarterback keeper Hutchinson pushed ahead, first down. Still on his feet, running. Will go to about the 35. And Coach, I tell you what, them big boys on the offensive line.
Yeah.
They eat their butter beans and cornbread because they pushed some boys and laid them down on the ground and got the first down. So Junction City will keep rolling. They set outside the Hampton 35 as the clock goes under 6 minutes here at Paul H. Muse Field. We're in the third quarter. Hampton 12, Junction City 8. Winner is going to be in the driver's seat of the Cadillac of the 8AA title race. The give is Dante Gibson, and he just lures it and goes, and flags come flying in. Or one from the backside comes in quick. And this could be huge. Where it come from, I would think it'd be face. Yes.
Oh,
no. Oh, Junction?
Yeah.
They're going to say holding. I thought face mask. I saw his head go down when they were tackling him. And that's going to hurt. Gibson had powered his way down to about the 31 of Hampton. And
these referees, they confused tonight.
Well, it don't take much to get me confused. And I'm going to go ahead and tell you, they have got me confused. My goodness. I really thought it was going to be face mask, but I did not see the hold, and I'm not saying the hold didn't happen. I'm just saying I didn't see it. So now we're going to reload everything. It's 1st and 19 from the Bulldog 44. 5:30 remaining, third quarter clock running. And, Coach, you ain't got to get it all back in one play, but you need a very successful play on first down to kind of get the momentum going. Here's the give. It's going to be a gain of about 4. The ball carrier is, I believe, Dante Gibson. And let's call it a 5-yard gain. They're going to mark the ball at the 39, so it's 2nd and 14. And if you could do it in 5-yard increments, it's fine with me. I won't complain. But you hate to see that penalty wipe out a possibly score. I mean, we had a great drive going here. Nothing fancy. And the Dragons have slowed it back down. Now they hurry to the line. In the Wildcat, the give. Cook goes off tackle. Cook powers over the 35. Cook is down to about the 30. Where's he at, Coach? Help me out there. Even with the glasses on. Okay, 33-yard line. All right. So now you're looking at 3rd and about 9. So you got most of the penalty yards back.
Yeah, you're definitely in 4-down territory.
But this has got to be 4-down territory. There's no ands, ifs, or buts here. Clock, and one thing about it, both these drives, the drive the Dragons are on and Hampton's previous, has eat up a lot of time here in the third quarter. So there's no hesitation. Quick give. Cook got running room. Cook 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Junction City.
Good job by the offensive line
The offensive line opened it up. Cook shot through there, and the Dragons regained the lead 14-12. And there's no doubt the 2-point conversion coming up.
Yeah.
And we talked about the Hampton kicking game. We didn't really get into it a lot. We know they got a pretty good kicker. So this 2-point conversion, needless to say, huge, because if you get it, you force the Bulldogs to have to get a touchdown to take the lead.
Good job by the offensive line on that right side right there.
Yes, sir. They opened it up, and Mr. Cook showed them what it was all about. And the Dragons lining up for a very important 2-point conversion here.
Oh, yes. I'm going to say, they're going to stand on the ball. Okay, there it is.
I think they're wanting airtime. I think the officials are. All right, here we go. 2-point conversion. Quick give. This is going to be Carroll. He's in there. I tell you what, Coach. I tell you what. Second effort done it right there. And Carroll powers into the end zone. Our new score, Junction City 16, Hampton 12. We'll be back in 30. You're watching Dragon football on the DSN and listening to it on the Hog 101.5. Three minutes, 55 seconds remaining in the third quarter here from Paul H. Muse Field at David Carpenter Stadium. Your new score, Junction City 16, Hampton 12. The 40th battle between these two as advertised. It was Hooten's and 42 Sports Game of the Week. 42 Sports usually has a North and a South game, Coach. I'm used to that. This week it was just one game, the Dragons and the Bulldogs. And I tell you what, to my good friends, Brett Dorrell and Alan Russell, you picked the right one. And to the Hooten's guys, y'all knew what y'all was talking about too.
Yeah.
This is what you want. Smith getting ready to cross kick it. And he'll put his foot into it, drive it, and out it goes. And I tell you what, both teams are content with, for the most part, we're not going to chance that return. There's speedsters on both sides of the field. We'll just let you start from the 35. And while we're getting ready, let's talk about some Dragon running backs. Jakiron Cook this year come into the game, 87 rushes for 521 yards and 5 touchdowns, averaging around 6 yards a carry. He's having a decent night, especially that last run. Dante Gibson, 43 for 290, 5 touchdowns, and I believe he's carrying almost 7 yards a carry, around 6.7, 6.8. Coach, for the most part, Hampton has kept these two in check.
Yes.
But give that Dragon offensive line, especially the right side, like you said, they open up the hole, and Mr. Cook did not waste time getting in there and heading on down the road. Bulldogs go to work from the 35, 1st and 10. Here's the give, the keeper by the quarterback, and he's going to fight for what he gets. Junction's starting to read that better and starting to shut it down. It's about a gain, I'll say 3. Give them 3 on that one. But Coach Welch has did a great job.
Yes, he has. Yes, he has.
He reminds me of them old Oklahoma back in the day. Barry Switzer's hang half 100 on you in the 1970s offenses. And he loves riding that fullback like he does. Reminds me of Terry Rising like we talked about earlier from 2004. And it's hard to read that. When you got a quarterback that skilled at it, it makes it hard to deal with. 2nd and 7. Give to the fullback. Dragons are there. I'll give you 3 guesses, Coach, who one of the first ones was. And I'll give you a hint. It was a linebacker who's having a solid game tonight.
And that's the older Cook.
Yes, sir. Javachier Cook.
Big third
Barnett
down.
In there on the play. And like Coach Meek said, a big third down. You want to shut it down and get the ball back, especially when the offense did what they just did then.
Watch that speed sweep. And then also they have not threw a pass yet tonight.
Well, I tell you what. Let me give you my expert opinion. I'm going to go with speed sweep.
They're confused.
They're kind of a little confused here. on third down. They're showing like they're going to go to the air. It's a quick toss. Trying to get the first down. Won't do it. Dante Gibson over there to make the tackle. They tried to do the little quick out and let the receiver do his thing and give Gibson credit. Read it well, played it excellently. Fourth down. So now the question is, 4th and 4 from the 46-yard line of Hampton. Let's see what the Dogs are going to do here as we get near the end of the third quarter. We're under 2 minutes remaining. And, Coach, I believe they're going. Either they're going to try to pull Junction off or they are rolling the dice here. And they're going to go. Here's the give.
Oh,
no, sir.
He's short.
Jakaran Cook met him and shut him down. It might have been a gain of maybe two. What a play by Cook. He comes through to do it. And a huge stop. Let's remember this. 1:38 remaining in the third quarter. A huge stop by the Dragons. They'll take over in Hampton territory. 1st and 10 from the, I'm going to wait till he puts, there it is. They'll call it the 48-yard line. And Coach Meeks, the defense stepped up and done it. You're handing the ball back after your offense just successfully drove it down the field. You got the momentum. Big Mo is riding with you right now. Dragons in the shotgun. Let's see if they can make it happen. Hutchinson looking, wanting to go deep. He looks, he throws. He's got a man. That's Cook. 15 down to about the 10. And a big play by the Dragon offense as Brady Hutchinson put it out there. You talked about it. They got to get a little passing going, and it paid there.
Who scored the first touchdown? Who's ran the second touchdown? Number 4 is giving the offense a little spark tonight.
He is giving it. Yes, you are right, Coach. He has done it tonight. Big night for Jakaran Cook. Man, oh, man. Woo. From about the 11-yard line. Hudson rolls out, looking. Brady's got a little bit of running room. Now he's going to throw.
Incomplete.
Ooh, thank goodness. He's scared. I love the kid to death. He scares me to death, though. Goodness gracious alive. Man. Woo. I know one thing.
Good job by Cavante Hayes coming back and fighting right there.
You ain't kidding. That's what I was just going to say. One good thing there, Mr. Haynes that time fought, and you got to. And I said, this is too big an opportunity. You got to fight. If it ain't going your way, get that, knock it down, whatever you got to do. Hutchinson in the shotgun. Here's a give, straight ahead. It will go to about the 6, and I believe that was, Gibson on the carry.
You still can get a first down right now.
Yeah, that's right. I kept thinking, what did I say a while ago, first ago? It is, they can still get a first down right at about the 1, maybe inside it. Third down. The give, straight ahead. Gibson.
Touchdown.
He's in. Touchdown, Dragons. And Junction City has exploded here as we get near the end of the third quarter. 48 seconds remaining. It's now 22-12.
You know what happened right there? You know, Steven seen the defense one say I watched him told the offense to hurry up and went no harder right there, and the end result of the touchdown.
Well, Coach, we talked about it. One thing you need to do, throw something out they hadn't seen yet.
Yes.
You kept mentioning we need to just speed it up like we used to. You ain't got to go full blast like we did, but just speed it up a little bit and catch them off guard. And we did. And now a big 2-point conversion right here. 22-12, the new score. Hutchinson waits the snap, gets it, gives. That is going to be Carroll. He's in. Yes, he got it.
He's got every 2-point conversion tonight, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, we are going to step away for 1 minute. Your new score, Junction City 24, Hampton 12. You're watching Junction City football on the DSN. 48 seconds remain in the third quarter here at the Muse. Junction City 24, Hampton 12. The Dragons, I tell you what, Coach Meeks, let me go down the checklist here. Things need to work on. Finishing drives, check. Taking advantage of opportunities, check. You're starting to see this team come to life. As Smith, he'll cross kick it, drives it out of bounds, and they'll start from the 35. Defense making the plays you got to make. Check. Offense taking advantage of it. Check. Everything we have talked about, hey, these guys have got, this is what's got to happen. You got to get an identity. You're starting to see it come together. Yeah. Now the kicker is this. You got to be able to finish.
Yes, sir. Got to be able.
Them off. Not just a drive now. Finish them off. Hampton right now, they got to be a little aggravated. Things started happening all at once here, and you look up and you go, hey, we just took the lead, and now Junction City's up 12.
Look for Hampton start trying to throw the ball deep now.
That's what I'm thinking. They got some speedsters. They have not truly tested our secondary. There's been no need for them to, really. But now there may be a need there. Real quick, let's go to our Union Kennel and Farm Supply scoreboard. At the half, Greenwood 24, El Dorado 7. And we know the ex-Wildcat, we're going to make a Dragon out of him. We're going to start calling him ex-Wildcat. He can't be happy with that, but let me tell you something. You're playing Rick, I believe it's Coach Rick Jones runs the show up there at Green. You're playing them, you're playing somebody. There ain't no doubt about it. 1st and 10 Bulldogs, 35-yard line. Then they go into the air right off the bat, going deep, and it is intercepted! Intercepted! Yes! Yes! A great read. That number 11.
Sophomore.
A sophomore. Devontae Gilbert read it. Coach, you could not ask for a better read than that.
Look at Coach Smith.
I tell you what, they have worked. We've been on that. Let me go back to that checklist again. Work on the secondary. Check. Great. I mean, he turned around, played the ball perfect. Man, he's got me ready to run down there and join him now. I know better. I can't barely make it down the ladder. 1st and 10 from the 31. Junction City offense on the field. 42 seconds remaining, third quarter. Hutchinson to give. This is going to be, I believe.
That's Gibson.
Is it Gibson? Yes, Gibson. Gibson is going to get about 5 or 6. And, Coach, we're seeing them holes start coming up and down.
Like I said, the defensive line is starting to wear down now. And you can see, once they went to that no huddle,
throws something at them they hadn't seen yet, and Coach Stephen Jones said, hold my free drink from the Hardy Mark. I got something for you. And he did it.
Yes, sir.
Now with a 12-point lead, Coach, I say you keep the throttle wide open.
Oh, yeah.
Here's the give. Cook dancing through there. And a beautiful move to get the first down as the third quarter comes to an end. Yes, 3 in the book here at the Muse. Junction City 24, Hampton 12. You're watching Junction City football on the Dragon Sports Network back in 30.
Yes, sir.
We are back to start the fourth quarter. And, Coach, got a little something you want to share with us here as we get ready?
I don't know if anybody paid attention to the news this week, but our own Jaquise Dancy is the number 5, had the number 5 grade in the entire nation at running back with an 87.
Wow.
Out of 5 or 6 running back, he was number 4 or number 5. Our own Jaquise Dancy.
And I tell you what, everybody, if you don't know his story, and for Coach Meeks to be saying this right now, it's remarkable what he's been through. Hats off to Queese.
We're not talking about Conference USA.
No. This is in the nation.
Yes.
And now the ex-Wildcat wants us all to look at his Louisiana Tech cap. So look at his cap, everybody. Yeah, we hear. Hey, congratulations, Queese, and I'm glad you brought that up. That's a young man that Live threw him a curve ball, and he knocked it out of the park. Congratulations to him. Now, all I can say is this, Jaquez, keep on rocking,
Yes,
baby.
yes.
We are proud. And right now, Jaquez, if he was here, would be proud of what he's seeing. The
Yes,
Junction
sir.
City Dragons in a battle.
What's the holdup now?
Well, I think what it is, the officials want some time on the DSN here, so let's give them a little bit of time. Folks, the official standing there in midfield, officiating the game tonight. Everybody's ready to go. The Hampton coaches won't know what's up. Coach Jones has walked out on the field kind of like, what's happening here? Y'all are holding us up. And I'm not – they're going all the way to the sideline about something. The coaches from Hampton are pointing out – I'm not sure what it is. They're having a big discussion. All I know is this. It's a 1st and 10. The ball's on the Dragon 44. We're getting ready to start the fourth quarter with Junction City holding a 24-12 lead. The 40th meeting between these two. The Dragons lead the series 29-10. And now we're ready. Hutchinson in the gun, first down. The give to Cook. Flags fly in quickly.
Holding, yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be holding on the Dragons.
I think Cook feeling himself a little bit right there.
Yeah.
You see him try to take a leap.
Yeah. That was some hard moving by Cook. Now they're going to back him up 10. Junction City has won the last 13 meetings between these two. They last played in 2014. Of course, the Dragons going to 3A, and now they're back in the 2A, the Welcome Back 2A tour Junction City is on. Rolls back home tonight here at the Muse. Dragons up, like I said earlier, 24-12 clock running, fourth quarter just underway. It is 1st and 20. Here's the give. Here comes Cook, and Cook was one.
Shoestring tackle right there.
Yes, one shoestring tackle away from making it interesting.
Oh, for people wondering right now who number 43 is, I think Dante's jersey got ripped, and he had to switch jersey. I just noticed that, and I see his jersey laying
That's
right
what
there.
I was fixing to ask you. There's not a 40 – well, there is a 43 on the right, but I knew it wouldn't – that young man, and I believe you're right. They had to switch jerseys and put him in. That may have been what the coach –
Yeah, it might have been discussing right there.
Yes, and now it is 2nd, let's call it 15. Here comes Cook. Running hard, he'll get about 4. It's going to bring up 3rd down, and let's call it about, let's see what they're going to mark it at. They have not marked it yet. Good run by Cook. They picked up about a total between these two plays of about 9 yards. So it's going to be 3rd and 11. It's not necessarily the position you want to be in, but if Junction City can get a good play here, set them up for a short, distance, I got a feeling Coach Jones is going to push the gas pedal as hard as he can.
If not, I'd rather play field position with him.
Yeah, it'd be the time to do it. Now they're going to run the Wildcat. That is Gibson on the keeper. He goes into the right side of the line and drives to near midfield. It'll be 4th down. Let's call it a long 5, and let's see what Coach Jones does. I believe he's going to do what Coach Meeks wants to do.
Yes.
Let's play field position now.
Your defense why wouldn't you? Your defense haven't let you down yet, so why not play field position?
I tell you what, the defense, and we have complimented them all year. For the most part, they've been solid. They've been in some rough spots. They did the best they could. But tonight they have brought it and played hard. Special teams has been on target, and hopefully they can keep it up. Gibson awaiting the punt, 4th down. Puts his foot into it, drives it. Come on, get that roll. It's not going to get the roll we want, but good recovery by Cook to keep it from going on upfield any further. He keeps it inside the 30. Going to put it at the 28-yard line. We're going to step away for 30 seconds. Dragons 24, Hampton 12. We'll be back. .37 remaining in the contest. Junction City 24, Hampton 12. Bulldogs trying to get a little something going from their own 37. It's going to be a run into the middle. That will be a minimal game at most, maybe 2-3 yards. Let's see where they put it. About 3. The problem is, Coach, Hampton likes that, getting 3, 4, 5 yards, eating up some clock, but they're down 12. They can't afford to take too long a time trying to do something if they're going to get some points on the board.
I feel speed sweep coming right now.
It's long overdue. There's an indication they're going to do it, but this time
Quarterback kept it.
the quarterback kept it, and Samaje Livingston was all over him. Samaje doesn't seen enough, and he doesn't seen enough at riding that football the last second like Welch had been doing, and he shut it down
they
there.
gave him a favorable spot. I thought
You got to be kidding me. He lost. Oh, man.
No.
Well, it ain't scientific, I'll tell you that. He did not get that far up.
No.
I'm sorry. It is what it is. Browning Welch, quarterback, he has done an excellent job on handling the ball. I mean, really has. Samaje read that one perfectly. 3rd and 7. Bulldogs back to pass. Here's a throw over the middle.
Oh,
it's intercepted!
Older Cook.
Javache Cook with the interception. And Junction City with another opportunity. So from the 48-yard line, 1st and 10.
Hey, get a defense credit because they knew what was coming right there.
They did.
What? I don't know what kind of read they had this week, but when number 7 went to the backfield, that's when I watched them do it in warm-ups. When number 7 went in the backfield, that's when they released them ends up on the field, and the linebackers stuck with them. Good job by the defense.
Well, I'll tell you what. After this play, let me ask you something about the formation Hampton, or the routes Hampton run. Junction City from the 48, 1st and 10. Hutchinson in the gun. The give. He's going to fake it. He rolls out. He throws, man, wide open. That's Haynes. Haynes will pick up a 1st down and some more over the 35 down to about the 34, 33-yard line. Great time to call a rollout, Coach. Going back to the previous play, Hampton had 2 or 3 receivers converging on the same spot. I don't think they meant to do that, surely.
No, when your up backs run right there, they most offenses, when they run that pass right, they run seams right there. They try to attack the safeties, try to get the safety out of place, and good job right there by the linebackers.
And that kind of helped set up the play because Junction was able to converge defenders into the area. And now big opportunity for Junction City. And once I think it's the motions is getting the best of things here. The officials are talking to both teams now, not just Hampton. They're talking to Junction also. At the 33-yard line is where the ball's marked. Now we're ready to go. But they're letting – it's kind of on the officials, but let's give them credit. Yeah, they stepped in there, and they're keeping it straight.
Clean.
Hutchinson waits for the snap, gives. Straight ahead, this is going to be, I believe, Cook, and Cook is going.
I think that's Gibson.
Or is that Gibson?
That's Gibson, yeah.
No, that's Cook. That's Cook.
Is
I believe, yeah. And he's going to pick up.
That's Gibson. That's Gibson.
Yeah, it is. Both of them got 4 now. It's got me really confused.
Yeah.
The main thing is this. He got a good gain. And, again, the officials, they're stepping in there pretty quick now. You don't want to see nothing get out of hand here. And, I mean, we done said it before. This is a huge game. There's a lot on the line here. Everybody knows it. No beating around the bush. And Junction's taking their time now, which they should. It's going to be a 2nd and 5. 7:15 clock showing. 4th quarter. 24-12 our score. And this is Gibson. Gibson off tackle. They meet him immediately. And, Coach, no doubt 4-down territory. His 3rd down pops up. Kidwell checking in.
Well, like you said, you want to eat that clock up.
You want as much as that clock. In fact, you really want to wait to see when they start that 25.
Yeah.
And now they start at 6:47 remaining.
Ooh, I think I got mine right here.
All right, I tell you what.
Yeah.
Okay, we're in agreement. All right. Let me look over here. All right, we're all in agreement. Now, here we go. Gibson on the carry. Gibson, 1st down.
1st down.
Over the 20, or inside the 20 down to 19. He hits the purple zone. And a 1st And now flags are flying in. This is, you don't want. Hampton, I believe, getting a little frustrated. The officials indicated the penalty was
I
on
think what's
them.
frustrating the Dragon players is when they tackle them, they don't try to get off. They just lays on top of them, and it kind of frustrates the Dragon ball carrier, you know, because they try to get up off the ground, they just lays on them, and then, you know, it's nonsense.
Now I think they're taking some guys out of the. Coach Jones has pulled his team over to the side, and
Both
now
sides all said.
he's talking to his team. So they call it on both sides. And I'm going to assume this was after the play.
Yeah.
So the first down stands. The ball's inside the 20. It's in the purple zone.
Because as a ball carrier, you know, you can get tackled. Okay, let's get up and let's go on to the next play. Ain't no sense in just sitting there laying on the guy and all that.
And, well, and also, you know, the old elbow goes to work. You know,
Yeah.
you're getting a little nudge and all.
Yeah.
You don't want to, you know, it's stuff to provoke. And it's a part of the game nobody likes, really. Let's be realistic. But some teams will do it if they think they can get under somebody's skin, they'll do it.
Yes, sir.
And to give the officials credit here, they have stepped in. They stepped in early with the flags, and now Coach Jones, now Hampton had a few guys go to the sideline, a few more come back. Coach Jones brought his entire team over and talked to them. And I'm pretty sure he did a little coaching, but he also did a little counseling. Look here. Randy Cole brought it up best. He had a player that a guy had ripped his helmet off. He was coaching. And he was telling me before we interviewed him, and he said that the referee didn't do anything. And he kind of threw his hands up like, Coach, what do I do? And Randy pointed at the scoreboard. They were winning 42-14. And he pointed at the scoreboard, letting them know that does your talking.
That does it. Coach Carpenter always told us that.
Yes, sir.
He said, you know, they're going to hoop and holler. He said, don't say. He always was real big on it. Don't say the word. Don't say a word. Let the scoreboard do the talking.
Let the scoreboard do the talking. Now, something else I always liked about him, people like, he never gives a big rah-rah speech. Coach Carpenter always believed momentum. If you come into the game all jacked up and hyped and everything, first 7 minutes you're playing on that, and then all at once it's time to play the game.
Yeah.
And usually you don't have it, and that's why his teams are so successful at being calm. Hutchinson ready to roll now. The give is to Gibson. Gibson goes off tackle and will pick up about 3 or 4, and here comes another flag.
Yes. I got a Coach Carpenter story for
Let's hear it, because I'm tired of watching flags.
Yeah. It's my senior year, and we just beat your door. I mean, 63-0. And we all hooping and hollering. That was my junior year. We go to your door. We all hooping and hollering. We don't 6-3-0. We hooping and hollering. We come in there. You know, he ain't said a word. And all of a sudden, man, he just went outraged. You'd have thought we lost 6-3-0. But he always said, you can win big and play like crap. And you can win 10-9 and play the best ball game you
ever played.
Yes, sir.
That is so true.
And back then, we was all like, man, we just won 6-3. What is he fussing about? But, you know, as on, you know.
All right, we're going to step away for 30 seconds, and hopefully everything's okay. There's a player down. We'll be back in 30. You're watching Junction City Football on Dragon Sports Network. Okay, the good news is, as we get back here to the Muse, the player from Hampton is up and moving under his own strength. And now he stopped kind of bending over. He's a little bit, no doubt, shook up. We hope everything is okay. There was, I believe, a holding penalty, Coach, am I right, on the Dragons? So that'll back us up to the 24-yard line as we await. You was talking about Coach Carpenter. I was telling you about the Harmony Grove game in 07 during the break. We ran against a 10-man line all night. The guys was, you know, the game was over, and you'd have thought, like you said, you thought we lost. But I'll never forget what he told me. He says, somewhere down the road you're going to face that situation. I know you are.
Yeah.
And you ain't got no choice but to line up and move them out of your way. And I'll tell you what, those young men next 2.5 years moved a lot of people out of their way.
Yeah.
And there's a couple of rings to show for it.
Yes. That's the same thing happened my senior year.
Yep.
Rising in the semifinals up here, we down 14-6 at halftime. And we think, oh, my God, he's finna chew us out. But he came in there just as calm and cool and collective. And, all right, let's play ball.
That's the thing about him. When your coach is that way,
Yeah.
players feed off of it. All right, we're ready to go. Finally, 5:29 remaining. Here's the give straight ahead. This is going to be Cook. And one tackle away from going into the end zone as he rolls over the 10 to the 9-yard line. And that should be enough. Well, they're going to say half a yard short.
Hey, get offensive line credit right now. They're digging in and they driving their feet and pushing them back.
Excellent job of the offensive line, especially second half. They have come on. And you have to believe that somewhere or another they felt like we're being challenged very, very hard here. We have to step it up, and they have done just that. Again, they'll go to Cook. Cook first down. It'll be first and goal for the Dragons as they get near the 5. The most important thing, that clock, and that'll stop for the first down, but it's rolling. 4:36 remaining. Junction City 24, Hampton 12. The first major contest, major game in the 8AA conference. And this is going to be huge for the Dragons that they can hold on to this and take care of business. Clock runs. 4:18. Hutchinson in the shotgun. Here's the give. Cook straight ahead. Cook powers to about the 2-yard line. It'll be second and goal as the clock hits the 4-minute mark. And Coach, this is what you want to see.
Yes.
Just pound ahead. You got a couple more downs to work with if need be. They're going to set the ball back to they're going to say he was down at the 3. The officials say he was down at the 3. That's fine. It'll be second and goal from the 3. 3:45 remaining. Dragons trying to make it 14 in a row over the Bulldogs. Hutchinson gives. Cook straight ahead.
Touchdown.
Cook, touchdown. 3:31 left in the game. Junction City now leads 30-12 pending the conversion attempt. And as my old grandma used to say when she was frying that Sunday chicken and it was about ready, that ought to do it.
That ought to do it.
That ought to do it.
No, sir.
Man, I tell you what, I was thinking right here, these guys, what they have shown in the second half alone, Coach.
Hey, give Hampton credit.
Yes, sir. Here's the give straight ahead. Goes out that offensive line. Now flags fly in. And we're going to step away for 30 seconds. We'll be back. Junction City 32, Hampton 12. You're watching and listening to Junction City football on the Dragon Sports Network and the Hog 101.5. .331 remaining in the game. Junction City 32, Hampton 12. The Junction City Dragons fell behind 12-8 here in the third quarter. And since then, it was like a challenge, like that just challenged them, and they have been on fire ever since. 24 unanswered points to now lead at 32-12. Don't forget and join us for our Union Kennel and Farm Supply post-game show coming up shortly. And then after that, stick around and go over to YouTube to join me, Coach Stephen Jones, and Brent Dorrell of 42 Sports. We're going to talk about the game a little bit. And
Well, I can bring in offense back.
Wait a minute. What we got? Yeah, now there's some discussion going on. Well, while they're doing that, anyway, join us on YouTube. Type in Dragon Sports Network. You can subscribe to it for free. We're going to have a lot more stuff over there in the near future. Check us out. We was on there today for the pregame, and we liked what we saw, so we decided to try to roll it again here and see how it goes. And right now, we're watching the officials here. Apparently the penalties happened during the play, not after the play, because that's what we all thought. So the 2-point conversion will now be attempted from the 18-yard line. So take away the 2 points on the original 2-point conversion. It's 30-12 instead of 32-12. And all the listeners, watchers, whatever you like to call yourself, you can thank Miss Waller, my 5th grade teacher, for the excellent math work I just showed there. We're going to go from the 18, Coach. And here comes Knight Marie.
What's the other flag for? Delay a game?
Delay a game, Junction City. This could possibly be a school record for longest 2-point conversion attempt. I'm not going to say officially, but it's pretty close.
Is it going to be longer than the one in Arrow? What, the one here? 14?
I think you know what, come think of it, Coach, I think we tried that from the parking lot of the Hardy Mart, didn't we?
It still got it.
It still got it.
On a run play.
Well, of course, Coach Carpenter. All right, here we go. And, this is going to be interesting. Oh, Cook. This has to be the.
Oh, my God. This is going to be a
This
lot
is
of
ridiculous. This is. Cook gets all the way to about the inside the 2 before they get him. As he's laying on the ground, a flag flies in, and now let's see what we got. And, the officials said they're not going to put up with it because they done warn both teams. We talked about that. They're getting control of this game. They're not playing. They have been flinging flags right and left. And let's see. I'm going to
personal
foul Junction City. So it has to be what happened over there with Cook.
I don't know.
And that means, that'll take, I guess that would be marked off on the kickoff. I'm going to.
This got to be the most personal fouls called in the game I have ever witnessed.
Yeah, we're going to kick off from the holy Moses. Bingo parlor.
It's getting close.
Yeah. It's going to be the 25-yard line. And knowing Coach Carpenter back in the day, onside kick.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You backed up to your own. We're going onside kick.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. So, we're going to kick it off now.
I mean, and speaking of, I thought I'd never see the day where he retired from coaching.
Well, I didn't either, but I kind of had a feeling it was coming. It'd been a heck of a run and all that, and it was time. He looked, in his defense, he looked rough at last year.
Yeah, he did.
And he was ready. He was needing a break, doing a lot better now.
Yeah, it's like he's never stopped because he's always over here doing something.
Oh, he'll always be. Smith hits it hard, and this one will drive out, and probably the best thing to do because that'll put the ball at the 35. Smith said, I can take care of it. Don't worry about it, Coach. I know we're kicking off 25. I'll drive her out of bounds, and they'll start at the 35. So 1st and 10, Dragons. Bulldogs. And another flag. They're going to make them re-kick it.
Yeah.
Okay, that has to be a record for most penalties in a row. I'm sitting here trying to count them up.
Yeah, I want to stat guys down there keeping up with the flag.
Yeah, I want to stat guys on top of their game. Let's challenge them a little bit. Bet you anything, Rev got one of them running tacos or whatever they are in his mouth. He ain't got time to tell us nothing. Knowing that joker. Call him out. Hey, what y'all say? Derek didn't agree. Call him out. That's got to be a record for flags in a row. Now Junction City, the penalty on them, will kick from the 20.
Well, what happens if he kick it out of bounds again?
I don't know.
Oh, he didn't. That time.
Now it's going to be a return.
Oh!
And the runner is hit. Falls down, picks the ball up after he fumbles it. And this all pans out really for Junction City, Coach, at the almost 45-yard line. In fact, the ball is on the 45. So 3:25. It took us about 2-3 minutes to kick the ball here. Officials got through with everything. So now from the 45, Hampton down 18. And you got to wonder if there's any fuel left in the tank for them to try to push and get a little something going here.
Yeah, the Dragon defense, you can't get relaxed either.
No.
You don't want to get relaxed.
Well, as you mentioned, at the start of the game, we talked about it all the way through. They got some speedsters. They got guys that can flip the field in a heartbeat and put 6 points up on that board faster than you can say it.
Yeah, they went away from that speed sweep with number 7.
They did. The last time there, I don't remember them even running it, the last possession they had. And now I believe that's a new quarterback in the game.
That is number 3.
Okay, number 3. That is, Coach, I got to turn this sideways here and look. Jacreese Cross in the game now. I don't know if that was just to try to throw it up or, throw the Dragon off a little bit, because now they have. No, they're going to keep him in. I thought I saw another guy come in there. They're going to keep him there.
I think he's more of a threat at passing.
That may be what they're going to try to do here, or they're going to try to rely on his athleticism to get something going. But the Dragon defense, it started with Ware swinging out wide there, forcing the play wide.
They give you defense time to commit.
Yep. And that allowed, who did you see make the tackle on the far side?
Malone, number 16.
16 Malone over there to make the tackle. And it's about time for us, 2:25 left in the game. Dragons up 30-12. Player of the game coming up here in just a little bit. A lot to choose from. Well, who did the great minds up here pick? The ball, nice little fake here, but it's not going to work. I thought for a second the fullback had it, then they shot it to the outside, and now flags come in again. And, Coach, I think a little bit of cheap shotting is going on now, unfortunately. We have a Dragon player down, and while that is, let's take a moment, step away for 30 seconds. You're watching Junction City Football on the Dragon Sports Network. We are back here at Paul H. Muse Field, David Carpenter Stadium. 1:56 left in the game, and the referees talking to both coaches. Coach Jones talking to some of his players, and he's making them understand that there's a bigger picture here down the road than what's going on at the moment. And it's hard, these are young guys playing a very tough sport. Emotions are running hard. It's hard to understand sometimes, and that's where you need senior leadership to step in and say, hey, we got a bigger prize here we're after. Hampton is facing a 4th and, let's call it 7.
There's a speed sweep.
And there they're going to run the speed sweep. They're going to get the first down, flags flying, and that should be coming back, I would say, Coach, pretty sure. And it is. Okay, it's time for player of the game. Coach Meeks, he did everything but change the oil on the bus.
No flag now.
And that young man is number 4, Jakaran Cook. He is our Union Kennel and Farm Supply player of the game. Mr. Cook did it all there.
Started off with a punt return.
Yes, sir. He got the ball rolling with a punt return and then really got the momentum pumping when he took the one in from about 30 yards out. Jakarian Cook, our player of the game. Clock showing 1:30 left. Hampton has a first down at the Dragon 31, the penalty on Junction City. Here's a fullback trying to get to the outside and not much happening. The clock keeps rolling. Bulldogs trying to hurry here. They're down 18. Junction City they don't mind giving up a little bit of yardage here, but they're not wanting to give up much. Bleed that clock on down because that play right there is going to cost Hampton about 20. Why you run a play like that, don't know, 25, 30 seconds.
Good job, Big Cody.
I just say,
good job,
the Dragons all over this one. As Hampton tries to swing it back to their side of the field now, the Bulldogs will call a timeout. And, Coach, there's not a better way to go into a bye week than coming off a good win like this one. You had to admit. Going to give them a little bit of a rest. Then it's homecoming. And I believe Fordyce. So right now the Dragons are going to enjoy this one. And while we got time here, you've been seeing us scroll the advertisers across the board tonight. And we are proud to have each and every one of them on board with us. El Dorado Chemicals, our title sponsor. Union Kennel Farm Supply, the title sponsor of Junction City Football. Generations Bank. Terminex, Russell Cellular Stats. We appreciate everything they do for us there. And we'll get the rest of them here in a minute as we get back to action.
There was a lot of dog barking over there earlier.
And pass Tim go incomplete. Yeah. Well, the thing about we talked about emotion. You know, they came in, they were fired up. You know, and Coach Carpenter always said 7 minutes is about normally how long of that. When you come out on the field, big game. Yeah. You know, once the game settles into a pattern, hey, you got to play ball then. That's what it comes down to. The pass going incomplete will stop the clock with 39 seconds left. Junction City 30, Hampton 12. The Dragons will make it 14 in a row. It'll be their 30th win over the Bulldogs out of 40 attempts. Here's the fourth down play. Quarterback gets with us. Cross trying to make a move. He slips and falls, but I believe he got the first down. Yeah, he got it. 31 seconds remaining. Kim's Hair Salon, Junction City Florist. First Baptist Church, Hog Wild Pest Control. Big thank you to all of them for being involved. We got more here. First down, keeper by Cross. He's going to be swallowed up after about a gain of 2. The clock is going to go under, well, they're going to call, I believe Hampton called their last timeout. So
I think he's trying to put one in.
He's wanting to draw up one more play here for sure.
Yes.
In memory of Kevin Norris, dedicated by his sister Jan. Miss Jan, we thank you for always helping us out. It is great to have someone like you be a part of DSN. Red Roof Barbecue. Big shout out to JB. Well, JB's down there, I believe, on the sideline somewhere. He's doing a little policing tonight.
Yeah.
LG Farm and Timber. Southern T-Shirt and Apparel, the official apparel sponsor of the Dragon Sports Network. Lanxess Energizing Chemistry. Big thank you to them for being involved. All of our sponsors, we appreciate it. Make sure I got them all. Terminex, Generations Bank. All of you, thank you for what you do. Second, and let's call it, might as well call it a long 9, Coach, if there's such a thing. 22 seconds left. Hampton trying to draw a little bit of blood here. Here's the attempt. It's going to be in. Give the receiver turn defender credit. I thought Gilbert had the interception for a second. The ball was a little bit underthrown. The receiver comes back in to knock the ball loose. Third down, 16 seconds left. Bulldogs are out of timeouts. Junction City will improve to 3-2. but more importantly, 2-0 in conference. And this is, gets away from the defender now. Cross, I thought for a second was going to be sacked. He'll get out of bounds as he gains about, if he didn't get the first down, he's right on it. 8 seconds left.
How about the defense tonight?
Coach, I tell you what, when they had to do it, they did. That's the best way I can describe it. When they had to do it, they did it. And I'll be honest, with a major improvement in all areas. Just the attitude alone, you can tell the way they're really playing here. 4th down, the ball, it is intercepted.
By number 4.
That's Cook. Cook's coming to bring it out. He'll get tackled. It's not going to matter. The game is over. The final from Paul H. Muse Field at David Carpenter Stadium, Junction City 30, Hampton 12. We'll be back in a minute with the Union Kennel Farm Supply post-game show. Junction City 30, Hampton 12. Big win for the Dragons, and I tell you what, Coach, take away with it. What's your takes on the game?
Hey, the offensive line, when they needed it the most there in the 3rd and 4th quarter, hey, they dug deep, got in there, and blocked man-on-man, made a push, and got touchdown. Moved the ball when they needed to because it was an ugly first half for the offensive line. Defensive line, give them credit. In the second half, they shut down their speed sweep, shut down their option. So I'm gonna give credit to both lines tonight. And defensively, you couldn't ask for any better. They had the backs against the wall a couple of times, and they just made the big plays they needed to make.